Hello everyone out in ShortTrack TV land. This is Kenny Shepard, and it's time to go again with one of our free live streams right here from the Madera Speedway. Tonight is a club race. It's an important club race, so it's race number 5 of 10 in a championship. In the Madera Late Models, we've got Kyle Keller that is leading just a couple of points over Jason Aguirre, so this one's becoming really intense. The club races are also a training grounds for our next TV stars. It's a place where some veterans have fun, and then our current TV stars come in and tune up. So you're going to see a heck of a late model race. Also on the card tonight, you're going to see the Southwest Tour trucks. They're here. You're going to see some of our hobby stock drivers compete with them as well, plus hobby stocks, MSTs, and mini stocks tonight, plus some vintage BCRA. Race fans, like I always say, support the brands that support our sport. The reason we are able to bring this free live stream to you is because of our big 3 sponsors, Mission Foods, Nut Up, and 5150. Please visit their websites. You'll see some ads a little bit later here in the program tonight. Make sure you support those brands by supporting their products. Buy their products. We can keep bringing this free. I've got a big announcement, too. We just purchased a $15,000 graphics machine. Hard to say, graphics machine. $15,000 what we've invested in this. It brings you a ticker, better instant replay, all kinds of other graphics, commercials, a lot of really cool stuff that we're doing. Plus, we can do some interaction where you guys can call in. We can actually put your face up via your cell phone. There's going to be some real interactive content. I'm too excited, talking too fast. There'll be some interactive content. You see us with the chats where we interact with you now. We'll have some visuals we're adding to that as well. So we're pretty excited, investing a lot of money into ShortTrack TV. We see it as a way to reach a bigger audience. So please like and subscribe down here on the left-hand side and share this. Spread the word. Let's build the biggest audience we possibly can to share the sport that we love. There, I calmed down. I slowed down, not talking so fast because I'm excited. But right now, it's time to go racing. I'm going to jump off of this. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Outback Andy and I will have the call for you. We'll interact with you. It's just a fun night of club racing right here from the Madera Speedway, an interactive night with those of you here on ShortTrack TV. So hit the chat. Let's start talking. Let's have some fun tonight. We'll be right back. Enjoy this commercial break.
Is that your stomach growling? Or the sound of thousands of horsepower circling the track? Fuel up for race day with Mission Foods. Supercharge your taste buds with fast and easy-to-create recipes that are winner circle delicious. Try some of our mouth-watering tacos to piled high nachos, fresh chips with guac, and more. Start those engines, because Mission has you covered from the green flag to the checkered flag. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
.5150 is power. The power to overcome. The power to persevere. The power to set your life on a course for success. When you're faced with the challenges life throws at you, you focus and do what is needed to go beyond what is required. So stand up, stand firm, believe, make it happen, and live through the madness, knocking doors down along the way. We are 5150.
Well, welcome everyone to ShortTrack TV, and welcome everyone here to the Madera Speedway. We just went live on ShortTrack TV, our YouTube channel, and it's time to get the main event started off for our club race. Had a couple of people already on the live stream asking, what is a club race? Well, it's the counterbalance. It's the opposite end, 180 out from our TV shows. These are really relaxed, fun nights. It's a place where brand new drivers, like in this division, Andy will tell you about, brand new drivers can take their first laps. And it's a place where veterans can tune up for the TV show. Broadcast it right here on ShortTrack TV, as well as everyone. Finally, we have fans back in the grandstands. How about you fans in the grandstands? How cool is it for you guys to be back? Outback Andy, why don't you give us a lineup here? Andy's running over right now to grab that lineup. Sometimes we got to babysit him a little bit and coach him, but he'll be right back with that lineup. Caden Cordova. Hello, Kenny. Well, hello, Caden. So we have Outback Andy's back right now. He's going to give us the lineup, it looks like. Looks like Outback Andy's just about ready to crawl on the microphone. We'll unmute his mic, and here's Outback Andy.
Yes, Kenny Shepard ready for the lineup for our four-cylinder cars. What a great night of racing we're going to have here tonight from Madera Speedway. The 86 on the front row, that is one of our safety crew guys. That is Rick Lee. On the outside, the 97, Johnny Williams. Johnny is the guy that mounts the cameras for our TV shows on the late models, and just about does everything here at the racetrack maintenance guy as well. The 77 is Matt Lipman. That's the ex-Greg Tyler car, so ex-Greg Tyler Toyota sedan.
And it's Matt's first race, very first time out, so that's what club races are all about. Lights are out. Coming out of turn 4, it looks like our safety crew member leading them down to the start-finish line. John Williams cannot beat him to the start-finish line. Let's see what John does on the outside. Big roll with that Ford Focus. Now he's heading back to the bottom. Across the bottom, crossover move maybe coming down here in turn 3.
Well done by Johnny Williams. He saw the opportunity to get to the inside and did that last time to Rick Lee as well. Now, the trick here for John Williams is he needs Rick Lee to hold up that 77 for him of Matt Lipman, because that is a faster car than these other four-cylinder cars. It's a different class of car and is a lot quicker. So Johnny Williams, interesting thing about Johnny Williams, Kenny Shepard, Johnny is actually vision impaired and doing a good job out there in this car.
We should be spotting for John right now. Why don't we hop on that and see if John's on this one. John Williams, if you're on channel 3, inside, you're looking. Let's roll the bottom a little bit better. Sweep that corner and roll the bottom. Keep that high horsepower car off you. Yeah,
so Johnny Williams, normally he can hear Kenny, so we're not sure if he can actually hear Kenny, but doing a good job to hold him out of that turn 2, that 51-50 turn.
Well, and if you're John Williams, Outback Andy, what you want to do is force that 77 car to the high side. No matter what you do, don't let him get to the inside like he did right there.
Well, Johnny got a good
Sweep that
run
corner
off the
right
turn
now.
4.
Sweep it. Yeah, but John's too high in the center of the corner right here. He's got to get lower through the center. Force that 77 to the outside. You might make a race of this.
Yeah, you might do that. Let's see how many laps Johnny Williams. Johnny now scrambling to the bottom of the racetrack. And that 77 car was rolling good through the center and at the exit of the turn.
Set him up and it is over right now. Goodbye. You'll see nothing. Oh, the 77 car loose.
Yep.
See if John can get back on his bumper. You look at John. Boy, he stuck his chest out and thought, I've got him right now, right where I want him.
Johnny can see the lettering on the back of that car and thinks, I'll try and stay as close as I can to
Actually,
that
let me say something, Andy. I'm not sure if John can see the lettering on that car ahead of him. I don't think he can see that
now
far.
He can't.
No.
He's got too far away, but when he was right on his tail, Johnny's doing a good job. For four-cylinder races, he is really doing a good job, and he ran with the West Coast four-cylinder guys and did a good job with them as well.
Let's talk about that. Four-cylinder racing here at the Madera Speedway, mini stocks. You have the Central Valley Mini Stock Association. We have Olga's Dream 100 coming that will film on MAV TV, which is kind of a open style, definitely open style, souped up. John Williams in the 97 car, along with Rick's car in the 86. That's the Madera Mini Stocks, which goes right hand-in-hand California or Central Valley Mini Stock Association. So you'll see when that group comes in, there'll be upwards of 20, 25 cars. And then we've got several other cars being built. So just a real fun division. great place to start. I think John's got about $300 in his car, something like that, and it's an easy way to go racing.
Yeah, interesting thing about this car, that car was actually used in a stunt show for Dr. Danger here at Madera Speedway. What they did, they came from turn 4 on the grass, about where the when you see on Zach's about to pan across there where the tow truck and the safety crew are, we had set up a ramp there, a spiral ramp, and the car jumped up through the cars, and Johnny, they left that car, and Johnny said, hey, I'm going to turn that into a vehicle to drive around while I'm doing maintenance. And then he said, I think I might turn it into a race car after he got it all nice and straight. So that car was a stunt car before it started life as a race car.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the 86 car, why don't you tell our fans a little bit about the 86 car? That's one of our safety crew members.
Yes,
many nights he'll just park, Rick will just park that car right in the infield and hop right in the fire truck.
Yeah, he was doing that earlier today between the qualifying heat races. He just parked it on the infield and then jumped in the fire truck. So, one of our safety crews having a good run and enjoying his racing too. These guys are really enjoying it in these little mini stocks.
Well, and again, what club racing is all about here at the Madera Speedway is fun. So you'll see Rebecca Doobie, a brand new junior late model driver that's been working to make those starts. So we do some exhibition laps. We'll bring the kids out. We have the late model drivers. You'll see a handful of the TV drivers such as Jason Gary, Matt Erickson, Kyle Keller tuning up. We'll have other late model drivers that will come in, and they're just here for fun. And the hobby stock ranks, a real big mixture of hobby stocks. We've got some trucks that run with them, so that's a lot of fun. And, again, club racing, really relaxed, enjoyable. We nicknamed it club racing because it's kind of like SCCA style. And then the counter to this, 180 out, the 26, very intense Mad TV night. That's like a night at Bristol in NASCAR.
Yeah, 4 laps to go now for the race leader to go in this race. Atomic Blonde Racing, the 97 of Johnny Williams. He'd like to thank Pacific Metal Fab, Madera Car Connection.net, Authority Heating and Air, Quality Furniture Installation, Madera Glass and Body, Stucco Accents, Setting the Stage, Row Environmental Consulting, Stark Naked Graphics, Steve Schimmerhorn Racing, George's Auto Supply, RBR Motorsports.
How many sponsors does that guy have? Jeez.
Yeah, he's got.
Speaking of John Williams, look on the back straightaway, putting a lap on Rick. That's for bragging rights there. Boy, The safety crew is really going to give him a hard time. You've got a blind man that just drove by our safety man. Yeah. Put him a lap down. John Williams in second place in that 97 car. I've got to talk to him. Maybe we could use some of those sponsors here at the Speedway.
Yeah, Johnny doing a good job. And we're getting ready for the white flag here next time by for Lippman. So Johnny Williams has put a lap on Rick Lee. And this is the first time I've really seen Johnny run away from Rick like that. This is a big win for Johnny in that little 4-cylinder division. White flag now for Matt Lippman. So Matt Lippman will take the win here from Johnny Williams as Lippman comes out of turn number 4. It's the white flag this time from Frank. So Matt just has to drive around one more lap here of Madera Speedway.
Picks up his first win if he can make it back around to the checkered flag. First race, first win. That's a pretty good combination.
Yep.
I think he'll have a lot of fun. We get a bunch of other 4-cylinder cars out here in a couple of weeks.
And there is the checkered flag for Matt Lippman.
Outback Andy Foster is going to head down to Victory Lane to
Johnny Williams second and Rick Lee third.
Do our interviews. Andy's doing his stretching his legs right now and doing a few stretches. Ready, he'll just run down those stairs. He's going to grab the microphone and head down. All right, Outback Andy Foster heading down to Victory Lane. How's everyone doing in the grandstands tonight? You guys enjoying being back at a racetrack? Finally, we missed all of you guys and gals so bad. Feels like things are getting back to normal little by little. And by the time we get to about 2 weeks from now, I think things will be way back to normal here at the Madera Speedway. Some big-time racing with full grandstands. So again, tonight's a club racing night, fun race. We've got some club racing next week, but it gets a little bit serious. We've got 2 traveling groups coming in, the Legends of Pacific And the Gunslingers winged sprint cars are going to join our club race event, so that'll be a little bit of a supercharged, kind of a crossbreed between the regular easygoing club racing like we've got tonight and the real superpower racing. And then on the 26th of this month is the 5150 Junior Late Model Series and the Nut Up Pro Late Model Series in our next MAB TV televised event. While Andy's getting ready down there, I'll make an announcement here for you guys as well. Fans tonight, starting tonight, we're going to do this next week, but you guys are welcome to go to the pits after the race is over, and we've invited all the drivers to come over to the grandstands so we can get a little more interaction going between our fans and our race car drivers. It's like Outback Andy's about ready to go. Andy, you hear me down there? All right, Zach will zoom way in there and set his focus for us. There he goes. Open, not ready yet. Andy's going to help our new driver out. All right, we're going to go down trackside. Outback Andy now.
Thank you very much, Kenny Shepard. We're down here trackside with this wing silage harvesting car down here, Matt Libman. First time out, and man, oh man, you get the main event win first time. Johnny Williams really took it up to you. I think he was getting some coaching from Kenny Shepard over the radio, but man, oh man, this is a really cool race car. This is one events here at Madera before. Hey, tell us about your race.
It was so much fun. This is my first time on pavement. I come from Lucas Oil Off-Road. We race side-by-sides, and it's totally different. This was tons of fun. I didn't know what to expect, and I just came out and tried to follow some people and see what's going on, and it worked out.
Really like the way you set Johnny Williams up, too. It looked like you were following behind and just made him get wide, and underneath you went, and it was all she wrote out of turn number 4.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to be respectful, new guy out here, but and I think my car has a little bit of advantage. I was hoping there was going to be other Toyota stands, but we'll take what we can have, you know?
Well, we love first-time winners at Madera Speedway and on your first night of racing. That is pretty cool. How about a race answer? Matt Lippman, brand new racer, wins on his first race at Madera Speedway. Wow. Okay, we'll go over here to the guy that ran second tonight. Johnny Williams, Johnny Everett here at Madera Speedway, Kenny's right-hand man. You kind of do all the jobs here at Madera Speedway. I don't know, could you hear Kenny coaching you on the radio today?
I didn't have my radio on today.
I didn't have the radio on. That's what the problem was. Kenny was trying to coach you. He was trying to tell you how to shut down that 77. Man, oh man, you held that 77 out for a few laps tonight. Hey, good job, Johnny.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Everybody, all the fans that have come out, really appreciate your support. Just like to thank my dad, my girlfriend, Kim, and Pacific Metal Fab, everybody that's helped me out. Quality Furniture Installations, setting the stage, Accent Stucco, or Stucco Accent, sorry.
Well, you know, we ran through all your sponsors during the race. I think it took me 19 of those laps of the race to get through. Kenny goes, that's a huge sponsor list.
That's how you get a car put together for, absolutely no money out of your pocket. You let everybody else pay for it.
Hey, tell the fans how much money you roughly have in this car.
Me, roughly, out of my pocket, I have about $10.
Well, that's pretty cool. Kenny says about 300 or 400, but hey, this is the way to go. The fans, if they want to go racing, great way to start racing.
Very good way to start racing. But like I said, building this car, I had Pacific Metal Fab give me all the tubing for my roll cage. There's Bay City Motors has helped me out with wheels and stuff for the car. Mike Nake helps me out with how to tune the suspension in the darn thing, even though we're supposed to keep it stock. So it's all stock suspension. This is a bone stock street car. All I've done is chop the springs, put race wheels on it, and put a roll cage in it, and it's a race car now. Hey,
great job tonight, Johnny Williams. We're down here to one of our safety crew Rick Lee, hey, great job tonight. Johnny was super fast today. I don't know where that came from. Normally you're a lot closer than that, but he was lights out fast in this car. Maybe that's because Kenny Shepard wasn't spotting for him.
Yeah, Johnny's normally pretty quick. I'm still trying to figure this car out. It came from dirt, and trying to get it to run on asphalt's a little different.
Yeah, tell the fans about driving these. You're pretty new to this class here at Madera. It's a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah, I just started driving this. It's a lot of fun. I have a hobby stock, but I have more fun in this car. They're cheap to run, like Johnny said. We need to get a bunch of cars out here, 15, 20, 25, be nice.
Very, very cool. Well, great job tonight. Second place in the four cylinders.
Thank you.
Great job from our four-cylinder cars tonight. We'll head up back to the booth and back to Kenny Shepard.
Thank you, Outback Andy Foster. Let's hit our live stream real quick if we can. See who's out there in the live stream. ShortTrack TV land. We like to broadcast all of our racing here from the Madera Speedway nationwide and worldwide on ShortTrack TV. Certainly catch our MAV TV show Monday nights. Rod Carsey, hello from Indianapolis. Hello, Rod. I was just back there hanging out with Rod. Kersey Young, John's one awesome guy. Kersey Young, she just chimed in. Kersey, those black marks down at the end of the back straightaway, if you fans that are here live can see the back straightaway. The black marks right up underneath that MAV TV sign. That was Kersey Young. Throttle hung open and wiped her car out last night. Huge wreck. She was fine. The car is not fine. A lot of people chiming in trying to help out. Let's see who else is on here. James Ashcroft, hello. Lori Harland, hi. Sterling Baker, hello, Kenny. Outback Andy, hello, Sterling. Racing Vernon checking in. I bet your racing's probably going to be helping Kersey get that car back together. El Toro 66, hey, y'all. Well, hello, and it's time to go club racing. Again, club racing, fun night at the Madera Speedway. Next week will get a little bit more serious, and the week after that will be like being at Bristol. Had a big weekend. Hammer Down Racing, MAV TV show always brings a lot of attention out and a lot of the best drivers. Outback Andy's made it back up to the booth. I think we're going to roll right into our hobby stock race next, it looks like. See if we can play with the cameras here on this end. All right, Outback Andy, Hobby Stocks rolling out of the back straightaway right now. Coming up after the Hobby Stocks, Outback Andy let us know we've got MSTs, we've got Southwest Tour trucks, and we've got our late models. And again, for those of you tuning in from all around the planet that are familiar and have watched our shows, our MAV TV shows, the behind the scenes, much different than tonight. The MAV TV shows, you'll see 20, 25, 30, sometimes up to 50 late models in an evening. Tonight is the club racing, so it's more tune-up racing, fun racing, kind of little mixture. And what we like to joke about is a lot of the guys racing tonight, instead of picking up golf clubs today, they grabbed a steering wheel. Outback Andy's still working next door here. He's about ready to go. He's going to give us the lineup with the hobby stocks now.
Yeah, Ken Shepard just waiting for these hobby stocks to get down to the front stretch down here.
Andy, I've got a couple of comments. I've had them even from fans here. Fans are asking online and in person here. Good evening. Watch the races on MAV TV. Do we need to buy tickets online, or can we buy them at the gate? Starting the 15th. Actually, we even sold them tonight at the gate. But you can buy tickets again at the gate. We've actually got, for those of you watching online that want to come out, certainly look at the MAV TV nights. That's the nights you'd want to come out, and you'll see it, MAV TV televised nights. June 26th, the end of July, one in August. There's about one a month, and the big show you really want to see is October 2, October 3, Nut Up Short Track Shootout. That's the event to be at. If you're coming from clear across the country, and we receive a lot of phone calls that way. So All right, hobby stocks, and you will see our hobby stocks little mixture. We don't have any dirt cars here tonight, but you normally with this class, and it's really fun. The race car drivers themselves are building this back up. Several combinations. We've got some dirt cars that come up from Bakersfield. Our version of a hobby. We've got some trucks that have joined in, which they're kind of hobby stock trucks, and should be a fun little race. Great camaraderie. Outback Andy's got the lineup now for us.
Yes, it is, the lineup, and we're going to go from the back today on this. The driver of the number 17 in the RCM car, new guy to Madera Speedway, it is Austin Galenkamp. Move to the 2K, the Wiley X entry, and it is the driver that's moving up from the Bandolero class, Harley Keneally. Then we go to the 21, new car for this guy, an ex-Herzog car, and that is the RAC entry of Nick Rowe. Move along to the fresh off the grill, driven Animosity, number 42. Here's the 2020 Madera Speedway Hobby Stock Champion. It's Manny Gonzalez Jr. Move now to the 07. This guy was super fast in the heat races tonight. In the RCM, number 07, it is Thomas Suarez. Move to the number 4 car in the RAC entry. Good to have him back, and he'll be doing double duty tonight. Former champion in this division. The number 4, it is Steve Schimmerhorn. Move to the number 41 in the L&L Toys Fantasy Deagles. Number 41, it is Ho-Ho Howard Holden. And lead him to the green tonight, a guy that's driven just about everyone here at Madera Speedway. The driver of the number 2, Donnie Large Jr. And that's our lineup for tonight for our hobby stocks.
All right, race fans, let's hear it. Who thinks Donnie Large Jr. will win this race tonight? Come on, let's hear it.
We got some Donnie Large fans.
Okay, how about Howard Holden? Who thinks Howard Holden?
Did I hear some boos out there?
All right, how about Steve Schimmerhorn?
Hey, we got the horns there for Steve Schimmerhorn.
All right, let's hear it for Thomas Suarez. Who thinks he will win?
What about Manny Gonzalez Jr.?
So Manny Jr., Nick
fans.
Rowe's tough. Keneally's been tough. So I guess what I'm putting on the table here is this is quite a loaded field for hobby stocks. You know, we could have another 20 at the Triple Turkey Open, which we will, but your top 4 or 5 drivers here, they'd probably win that open comp race. One of them would.
They certainly would. Donnie Large Jr. Had handling issues with this car in qualifying, and they really worked on this car. Looked a lot better in the heat races tonight. So Donnie Large Jr. from up front, I really look forward to
Let me tell you a story, race fans, about Donnie Large Jr. Just this last week, I was able to induct Dave Bird to the West Coast Stock Car Motorsports Hall of Fame. Donnie Large Jr. watched that event live, and he sends me an article from Racing Wheels. If those of you have been around as long as we have, remember Racing Wheels, sends me an article about a race I won, my very first race, 1985. I had to pass Dave Bird to win that race. I actually used that piece in the speech. Donnie Large Jr., throwback racer, almost a historian now. I exchange a lot of messages, and we talk a lot, and the kid is really cool when it comes to the history of racing.
Yeah, both senior and junior have driven. I don't think there's actually a car that Donnie Large Jr. hasn't driven here at Madera Speedway, and Donnie Large Sr. won in literally everything. On with Donnie Jr., those guys are a wealth of knowledge here at Madera Speedway. It's great to have Donnie Large back racing with us in the hobby stocks.
Looks like one to go at the line. Yep. Real quick online here, we've got Howard West watching from South Korea. Hello, Howard. Good to have you along with us.
Yeah, people from all over the world. Yes, James Ashcroft, UC Trucks, and we have also got a full truck race tonight. There will be just trucks in the race. So
that's Southwest Tour Truck, a little bit different than the hobby-type trucks. Frank McBee, lights are out. That one finger means one to go. And down in turn 1, Donnie Large Jr. leads Howard Holden down the back straightaway. You should see Donnie Large Jr. by about 6 inches leading at the start-finish line. And it'll be game on the outside. I predict Howard Holden out of turn 2. He's going to be all over it, trying to go for the lead right away here.
30-lap main event tonight for the hobby stocks. Pace starting to build down in 3 and 4. And it has to be to the line. Donnie Large has to get to the line first. Steve Schimmerhorn started to get some pace going. Had to back out of it because
and he's also he'll probably get chewed on because you want to stay in your line all the way to the start-finish line. Then you can do 3, 4, 5 wide, whatever you want. Schimmerhorn very fast down the front straightaway, looking good right now. Let's see if we can get Zach to slide back to that second place battle for us. It's going to be 3 wide, big time right there.
Yeah, Schimmelhorn to the inside of Donnie Large Jr. Let's see how this goes. Manny Gonzalez Jr. probably not close enough to follow through. He may, because Donnie Large Jr. can't get that car down to the inside. So Manny Gonzalez, the 2020 champ, making some moves.
Yep, lap 2, come to lap 3 of this 30-lapper, and it is pretty busy back there. Steve Schimmerhorn looks a little bit loose, and he's going to have Manny Gonzalez all over his back bumper in turn 1.
Yes, he is. Manny Gonzalez Jr. now starting to make some moves. Gets by Donnie Large Jr. So Howard Holden. Howard has, he's in his own zip code up front right now, but that battle for second is hotting up between Suarez, Schimmelhorn, and Manny Gonzalez Jr.
That's definitely the best battle on the track. Schimmerhorn, the 07 of Suarez. Suarez is really crafty when he drives a lot of the bigger cars, the cup-type cars, so he can run that high side. And Schimmerhorn's loose, so if Suarez can stay on the outside, race fans, look for this. He'll wear out that right rear of that white car Schimmerhorn. See it loose right there? Yep. The 07 of Suarez, just hold him down there all night. You'll wear him out.
Yeah, Schimmerhorn wants to run the low line in that number 4 car. Just does not have the pace to run with Howard Holden. None of these guys in this race.
Well, but what he doesn't have, Outback Andy, and that white car of Schimmerhorn right there, what he doesn't have is forward bite. Watch right here. When the car rotates, gets on the right rear, it's loose. So he's got to babysit. He's got to pedal it. You need forward bite here at the Madera Speedway to be King Kong. If your car drives off the corner, you can win races.
Well, see Manny Gonzalez Jr. now starting to go up the racetrack, realizing that Steve Schimmelhorn is just running that low line. So Manny's going to have to manufacture something upstairs, although Schimmelhorn just drifts up the racetrack trying to block those moves.
Well, and again, Schimmerhorn has a faster car, it looks like, than Suarez, but as soon as Schimmerhorn makes a run at the bottom, Suarez will go to the top, and he uses that first step. You've got this tri-bank racetrack, 4 degrees on the bottom, 9 in the middle, 12 on the top. All Suarez has to do is step up to that next lane. He'll wear out Suarez will wear out Schimmerhorn as long as he doesn't clear him. But what you want to do if you're Schimmerhorn, back up, get a run at him. You've got to clear him in a hurry.
Harley Keneally has gone a lap down, and now second, third, and fourth will get by Harley Keneally down here. Harley Keneally in that truck. Now,
big run. Big run down the back straightaway. Yep. Schimmerhorn coming in. Big run. Now he wants to get it shut down. Rotate. Let's watch what that right rear tire does of Schimmerhorn's car. No. It says no, and he's going to get a back bumper full of Manny Gonzalez down in turn 1.
Interesting comments you made before, Kenny Shepard, about Suarez running the Challenge Cup cars. I think that's made Thomas a better driver as well, since he's been running those Challenge Cup cars.
That's a Cup car. That thing is big horsepower, big weight. You've got to manage the tires. You've got to manage the car. Thomas is a good little driver. He's smooth. Yep. I mean, he's really, really smooth. Watch how consistent he will be.
Yeah, got a good run out of turn number 2 that time. And probably because he's up on that higher line where you get the drive out of turn 2. Steve's having it props it sideways that time. Schimmelhorn out of 4.
This is our battle for second place. We're 13 laps down. 14. Howard Holden right now just knocking down 14, going to 30.
Yes, Howard Holden doing this so easy right now for him. Been a while since we've seen Howard back in these hobby stocks. So this battle for second place continues. Suarez, Schimmelhorn, Gonzalez. And Manny would love to pick up a second place here tonight with a couple of cars that are normally here. And that time Manny ran way up the racetrack.
That was Schimmerhorn way sideways. Manny needs to make a run and put some pressure on him. I was just getting ready to say all 3 of those cars equally match Howard Holden's start-finish line right now. Lap 16 going to 30.
Well, for Manny Gonzalez Jr., he doesn't want that 07 to get too far away. He needs to somehow find a way past that number 4 of Schimmerhorn. Schimmerhorn racing for his dad on the roof of the car as well. So we're thinking about the Schimmerhorn family right now.
And still loose. Boy, Steve's driving that thing like it's a dirt car right now. Yep. Manny's really putting a run. I'd like to see Manny move the high side right now. He might be able to do something, obviously, when they clear traffic. But we're coming to lap 18. We're going to 30 at about probably 27, 28. We'll jump back to the leader and take Howard Holden the finish line. But right now, the best battle on the track is this third place battle with Schimmerhorn and Gonzalez.
Certainly is, as Manny Gonzalez Jr. has to find a way past that car. Schimmerhorn, the way that car was loose a few times, takes him back to his Enduro days where you would get that wet track with the pumpkin smash and the sticky pumpkins and all that slime on the racetrack, the car's getting sideways.
Here goes Manny Gonzalez, the high side. Like I was hoping to see him work the high side a little bit here and see if he can trap Shimmerhorn on the bottom. Shimmerhorn, it would actually help his car a lot if he stepped up in the middle racetrack a little bit. Probably help him out.
Yeah.
Definitely on the right rear. Entering now and exit. He's having to really babysit that right rear tire.
They come up to the 2 truck for the second time. Harley Keneally about to go another lap down. Well, has from Howard Holden, the race leader, but that battle, second, third, and fourth continues. Everybody scrambles to the inside of Harley Keneally. Single file. Manny Gonzalez Jr. lost a little bit of ground on Steve Shimmerhorn. Shimmerhorn starts to close on the 0-7 a little bit as well. That time, Steve Shimmerhorn was able to keep that car a lot straighter on the racetrack. That's what he's going to need to do.
And I thought I saw a little puff of smoke from Thomas Suarez's car. Let's see if we see it again down here in turn 3.
Yeah, little smoke
little
coming
puff
from
of
there.
smoke. Let's jump down here. We'll go to our speed shot right now, and you're going to see Howard Holden right there off turn 4, coming right past us. Start-finish line, that's Howard Holden. We'll go back to that battle.
I think Thomas is rolling over. The fiberglass is touching.
Gonzalez just goes around.
Yeah, Gonzalez goes around. And I think that smoke is coming from the right of Thomas Suarez's car. I think the fiberglass is just touching that Hoosier tire. So Thomas Suarez going to have to watch he doesn't cut down the tire. Manny Gonzalez Jr. will need to turn that car around.
That was really strange. You know, Manny's been so solid, so smooth.
Yeah.
It was like something, initially I thought something broke on the car the way it snapped around that fast.
We've seen this a number of times here at Madera this year. We've seen it in the late models where guys get close to another car and get sideways off the back of the other car. We've seen that a number of times this year. It happened with Herzog and some other drivers. I think.
So you think it was just a matter of Manny Gonzalez trying to stay off the other car and kind of turn himself around?
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times. You saw it with.
I was hoping you weren't going for the Daytona. It took the air off the nose of the car or something there.
But these cars, now we've seen it a number of times with our late models, and this year it's something really haven't seen that a lot in previous years. But we have seen a couple of cars this year that have gone to take that evasive action, not getting into the back of another car, and then prop sideways and get off track.
All right, back to our online side. James Scott, how are you doing? They have a rental that looks similar to that. There's rental cars out here I think they're talking about online. Howard West, Manny needs to enter a little higher and carry speed through rollout. That's one of the things that we work really hard with our 5150 junior late model drivers is that roll through the center of the corner, opening that entrance, really opening and then rolling with the maximum mile per hour through the center of the corner. And we actually teach the kids to coast a lot. Coast as high speed as they possibly can. That's kind of that Buddy Shepard, Matt Erickson roll, Eric Holmes too, that they invented here years ago on this tire. So I think that's probably good advice for Manny. And a little tidbit of information for fans here at the track and online.
Thomas McGray, no, he doesn't run this particular car in the late models. This is actually his hobby stock car. He has a couple of different cars that he runs in the late models.
Okay, again, back to the information I was going to give you right there. The information, technically, I don't know how many fans know this, but the tires that we run on the hobby stock, we used to run a 7-inch tire. We've switched now. This is the identical Hoosier 970 that we run on the late models. So our 5150 juniors, the late models you see here, the Club Racing late models, and the Nut Up Pro late models, same tire, and the idea is a lot of the drivers here can use the takeoff tires from our TV, number one, so it's pretty much the zero tire build to be able to come out and run this. Number two, it's the same tire that we become familiar with, and we have a 602 engine package, so when they're ready to graduate and move up, graduate, a mouthful, and move up to the late models, they can take their engine, tire combination they're used to, off they go. It's not that big of a change, and in contrast here, Howard Holden, leading the race right now. Howard has really run well in a lot of the TV shows, so coming back down here after dealing with all those really tough drivers seems to have really helped Howard. Outback Andy, it's lights out. Howard Holden bringing them down to the start-finish line for the green flag.
Yes, Howard Holden brings it to the line. That's a great start from Howard Holden. Now, Thomas Suarez, what will Thomas do here? He's going to need to get a good start because Steve Shimmerhorn to the inside this time.
Okay,
they drag race down the back. Suarez and Shimmerhorn, and Suarez pulls ahead in right in front of that 805 sign.
Best battle on the track is that second place battle. Lap 25. We've got 5 to go. It'll be 26 this time by. This is a really good battle. Schimmerhorn had his best shot at him right there.
Now, even though Manny Gonzalez Jr. spun, he was able to start back in front of those lap cars. So Manny is barreled around again. Manny turns it around out of turn number 4.
Interesting.
Not sure if they've got a problem with that 42
Yeah, there's
car.
something he's not happy with at all. Yellow flag's out now. Manny's still around down there. But this will create an interesting situation. You've got 4 to go. Howard Holden dominating the race. But what you really don't want is somebody close to your back bumper on one of these restarts right now if you're Howard Holden.
No. So Schimmerhorn took it up to Suarez that time on the restart. And then Suarez put in a big move on the outside right in front of the Nut Up 805 sign halfway through 3 and 4.
Look out your window over there. I don't know if Brian Herzog can hear us right now. All right, Brian's over there on the radio. I'm not sure who he's on the radio with.
Probably on the radio, I would think, with the 21, maybe a Nick Rowe.
Okay, so Howard better hope it's Brian Herzog not on the radio with Schimmerhorn in that 4 car. Because guess what happens at that point? Just give that 41 a little touch, loosen him up. Maybe we've still got a shot at winning this race. Don't give up.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who Brian is looking at. It's hard to tell. I'm guessing Sheldon's down here spotting for Howard.
Okay, 41's lined up. It looks like we're going to have 1 to go at the line right here out back, Andy. Lap 26. So I'd imagine our cameraman's going to stay right around that battle, probably the white number 4 car, Schimmerhorn, and then at lap 29, he'll go back to the leader for us. This is probably going to get pretty interesting between your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place competitors.
Yes, it is. Manny Gonzalez Jr. now has those 2 trucks that he has to deal with now to get around. So with 4 laps, this is going to be really difficult for Manny to
I think
get back.
what you want to watch, though, is that front battle. Manny's kind of taking himself out of the picture, ill handling. It's Steve Schimmerhorn in that 3rd position that I think has an opportunity to rock the boat here, maybe a big run down into 1. Let's see if he can stay right on the 41 car's heels. Here we go, race fans. Green flag's back out. Howard Holden brings him down the start-finish line.
Donnie Lodge Jr. did a pit stop, and he gets back out on the racetrack. Thomas Suarez tried to loosen up the 41 of Howard Holden. Got a little loose down there in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think he got a little nose from Schimmerhorn at the same time, trying to give a little and had to take some, and Howard Holden just drives off, and we've got a pretty big battle back here in the back with the trucks. Frank McBee, our flagman, looking things over as we come down to lap 28. 2 laps to go, 2 to go.
2 laps to go. Howard Holden now brings it to the line with 2 to go. Thomas Suarez hanging tough in 2nd. Schimmerhorn 3rd. Then you go back to Nick Rowe, Manny Gonzalez Jr. You got the new guy, Austin Galencamp. And then you go back to Donnie Lodge Jr. and Harley Keneally. Donnie not happy with Harley with that block the lap
White
before.
flag,
White flag.
Andy, white flag. This time by Howard Holden down into turn 1, followed by Thomas Suarez and then Steve Schimmerhorn for your top 3 podium.
Doing it oh so easy down into 3 and 4 in that MAV TV turn. He'll straighten up and bring it to the line. Another victory in the hobby stocks for the L&L Toys Fantasy Deagles car of Howard Holden. Thomas Suarez in the RCM car, the REC car of Steve Schimmerhorn. That's the podium. They were followed by Manny Gonzalez Jr., Nick Rowe, Harley Keneally, Austin Galencamp, and Donnie Lodge. The last car on the racetrack. And we've got water down there in the turn. Looks like something has happened to that 21 car row. I'll go down to Victory Lane and talk to very, very happy ho-ho Howard Holden.
All right, race fans out back, Andy, we'll head down to Victory Lane. And for those of you on ShortTrack TV, you're going to see a couple of commercials. For those of you here in attendance, remember, support the brands that support our sport. We do everything we can do because of our big 3, Nut Up, Mission Foods, and 5150. Make sure you support their products, support the brands that support our sport.
Is that your stomach growling or the sound of thousands of horsepower circling the track? Fuel up for race day with Mission Foods. Supercharge your taste buds with fast and easy to create recipes that are winner circle delicious. Try some of our mouth-watering tacos to piled high nachos, fresh chips with guac, and more. Start those engines because Mission has you covered from the green flag to the checkered flag. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
5150 is power. The power to overcome. The power to persevere. The power to set your life on a course for success. When you're faced with the challenges life throws at you, you focus and do what is needed to go beyond what is required. So stand up, stand firm, believe, make it happen, and live through the madness, knocking doors down along the way. We are 5150.
Welcome back, race fans, to ShortTrack TV. Those of you watching on ShortTrack TV land, and we're back here live with our crowd here at the Madera Speedway. Looks like Outback Andy Foster's made it down to Howard Holden, our winner. Let's go down trackside right now. Andy, you ready to go? Here we go, down to Andy.
Thank you very much, Kenny Shepard. Well, tonight he had this car on the rails, been running the late model for a little bit this year, that new Fury car for Howard Holden. Back in the hobby stock tonight, and man, oh man, you were super fast. I know that one segment you got out a huge lead. Then we had the restart. Looks like Shimmerhorn got into the back. He didn't quite get going quick enough. I heard him come over and talk to you and say sorry about that. But, hey, great racing tonight in the hobby stocks, Howard Holden.
Yeah, you know, this class is a really clean, fun class to race. Bunch of good guys back there. We all joke around, have fun. We don't want to tear no cars up. We just want to come back and race and have fun. We built this car in 2015 to win races, and it's still doing it. I just need to thank Linda and Larry. It's their car. They let me drive it every once in a while, and maybe we'll be back in the turkey night. We're not too for sure yet.
Hey, great job tonight. How about a race answer? Ho-ho, Howard Holden back in victory lane. Have him in the late models, but good to see him back in victory lane. No wonder down here to the guy who was in second place tonight, the driver of this new generation Camaro body car, Thomas Suarez. Wow, what a race from you tonight. That Shimmerhorn was giving you a good run for your money. Manny Gonzalez Jr. back there, Howard Holden as well. And man, oh man, he was fast tonight, but you really held these other guys out.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm really surprised we actually lasted this whole race. The rear end was giving us problems all day. We've been struggling with the vibration, and right before the main event, pulled out some needle bearings out of the rear end. So I'm honestly extremely surprised we were able to finish, and especially where we were at.
Yeah, I guess you guys got to go to work and rebuild the rear end of this car. We're talking through the race with Kenny Shepard. You've been running those Challenge Cup cars, and I think that's really helped you as a driver with these cars, especially on tire management.
Definitely. These cars are like dumbed down version of those Cup cars. You're able to manage your tires very easily with these things, you know.
Very cool. Good to see you back. Second place, solid race tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, great run for Thomas Suarez tonight. Moved down here to the former champ in this division, the number 4. Good to have him back, Steve Shimmerhorn. Wow. Back with us, buddy. Good run tonight, and bit of a bump with Howard Holden there on the start. I think you're trying to get him moving. You had a run going. Howard got a little slow away, but man, oh man, what a great race. You had some good battles with Thomas all that race. Manny Gonzalez Jr. was in there as well. Hey, great night of racing for you.
Yeah, it's fun. I haven't driven this car since 2019. Nick Rowe was driving it. I got to give him all the props. You know, Rowe Environmental Consulting. He drove the old Herzog car his first time ever in it. He did really good. Thomas and I were always real close, and we're real clean. So, and I had to bump Howard. He was slacking a little bit on the start.
I know you guys are all good mates, and you're out there joking around with each other. So we know there was absolutely nothing in it. Like you say, you had to try and get him moving. The old guys sometimes get a little slow, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm older than he is, so I better think about that one a little bit.
Hey, how about it for Steve Shimmerhorn back with us at Madera Speedway? Solid third tonight. Good to see you back, Steve.
Now I have to go get ready to run a Southwest Tour truck.
Oh, that's right. You're doing double duty tonight. Hey, you should have bought the late model. You could have been doing 3 divisions for the night. Back to Kenny Shepard in the booth.
Thank you, Outback Andy. Steve Schermerhorn, he's a fun race car driver. If we had an enduro race here tonight, he could do a quad race, I guess. He runs enduro cars, he runs late models, hobby stocks, and he's going to make his first Southwest truck start tonight, 50-lap race. So we'll see how winded Steve is. For fans here in the stands, first night, even though we kind of snuck a little bit on the 22nd, you guys are welcome to go to the pits after this event. Go down and see the drivers, take the little ones down, get an autograph. For all of you fans that are looking for upcoming races, we've got 4 weeks in a row. We were off 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago for the Indianapolis 500, and then for Sonoma for the Cup race last week. This week's club race number 1. Then we have a club race next week that's a little bit amplified with some wing sprint cars, in addition to the Legends of Pacific, the INX Legends. Then the next week is our MAV TV televised event, round number 5 of the Nut Up Pro Late Models, with the 5150 Junior Late Models and the Mini Cup versus Bandoleros. Then the following week, we go into our 4th of July celebration, another club race, but that's always a fun one, and we plan on hosting one of the biggest free barbecues we've ever done to celebrate racing getting back to normal in July. That'll be that Friday night for all of our race teams. Looks like right now, Outback Indy, I believe Rebecca Doobie is going to come out in her 5150 Junior Late Model car. It looks like they're firing it up. Rebecca's been testing and working, and we do this with a lot of the kids. You'll see her come out and run about 20 laps, I would anticipate right now, and she's up to speed actually to make her first start in the club race. And the progression, what we do is the kids come out, first thing they do is learn how to drive a car with a clutch and a stick shift. Then we'll bring them out, they'll do some exhibition racing here in the club races, and then from the exhibition races we'll enter them in the back of one of the late model club races, which will happen for Rebecca tonight. That'll be her first start. And then if she progresses well next week and the week after, somewhere in that zone she'll be approved to run her first 5150 Junior Late Model race. It'll probably, I would say probably July, maybe August. She's really getting much more stable, much faster, and potentially a future superstar. The other thing that's really unique with our 5150 Junior Late Model series is we have almost half of the competitors are females. And we've got a lot of the new drivers coming up for next year's class. A lot of young females, very, very talented. Now back in, he's made it back to the booth.
So Rebecca Doobie just doing some exhibition laps in this 68 car. And like we said before, if you just joined us, Rebecca raced the Mini Cups, which you can basically fit on the hood of this car, maybe slightly a little longer, but the same width almost. And Rebecca now in this full fender car, this former Justin Philpott car that the Philpotts, famous Philpotts family have raced. So it's a good equipment, and Zach Huffman helping him out with this car as well. So they're starting to get together, and Rebecca's done a really good job in the time she's in this car. And today, really, lap times are improving all the time. And the other thing we look at is how stable the driver is on the racetrack, and Rebecca's been doing a really good job of keeping that car on the racetrack. So, very close, I would say, to getting a TV start, which will be really big for this young lady because she was super talented in the Mini Cups.
Well, notice what they're doing. I'm sure, I wish we had the radio. We've got a system we're actually testing tonight, but they're working her up the racetrack a little bit. So they ran her a few laps on the bottom. You notice they've moved her up to the top. Frank gave her 5 to go right there, so it looks like she'll have 5 more warm-up laps, and then she'll go prepare that car to make her first start in the back of the late model group tonight. So they're working her up the racetrack a little bit. Let's see if she roams back down the track. She's getting a lot more comfortable. Usually the new kids, they won't get off the bottom, and she's much smoother, really, really stable right now, looking real good.
Yeah, this is a smart move by the spotter, telling them to go up the racetrack a little bit, because that's where you're going to have to make some passing moves once you get into the real deal in that TV series. So this is pretty impressive from Rebecca tonight. The car control from here is really, really good. She's really impressing us, and wish her and the team all the best going forward.
Well, and one of the really nice things to know is we've got a mentor program. So what happens is when the kids come out, if they need help, this is also part of the relaxed environment with the club racing. You've got Matt Erickson here. If Kersey Young wouldn't have wrecked last night, Buddy Shepard would be here. Derek Thorne is in the pits right now coaching the 12 car of Kyle Keller and helping him out. So there's so much in the way of resources, and when you take drivers like Derek Thorne, Buddy Shepard, Matt Erickson, they're very giving with their time and with their information to help these new young drivers out. So that's something else that's very important. I know it looks like one car going around the track, but that's probably the most important car on the track tonight.
That was a great session of laps for Rebecca Doobie. That was a solid hit out before she goes and tags the back of our late models tonight. So great job, Rebecca Doobie, and she's going to get 40 laps tonight in the late models. So that'll give her a workout with the heat races, and she looked good in the heat races, and that was that's probably the best that she's looked on the racetrack right now. So look forward to seeing what she can do going forward. And like you said, Kenny, a lot of the races in the juniors are females. So Rebecca will be another female joining the ranks of the junior late models.
Yeah, and Haley Deegan was, she's certainly the most famous female that came through the 5150 junior late model program. Yep. Kayla Eshelman, another driver way up on the wheel, really, really tough behind the steering wheel. Kersey Young being probably the biggest prospect, I'd say, for a win right now. Holly Clark is right there with Kersey, but Haley never won a 5150 junior late model race on television. Third was her best finish. So you had Kayla that's now tied with Kersey, second being the best finish. So you want to see some sparks fly in the media world. Watch when one of our young ladies wins the first MAV TV televised event right here from the Madera Speedway. There will be a lot of noise. And our series gets a lot of attention. I was back at Indy. We go, around the NASCAR guys, and everyone's watching, and they really, really enjoy the kids. So MSTs, many Super Toyotas on the track right now. They're always entertaining. Outback Andy, why don't you take us through the lineup here?
We'll go through the lineup because they're going to shuffle this around. So we'll start right at the back. The number 2, this young lady was a former Toyota sedan champion here at Madera Speedway. You saw her husband just win the hobby stocks. The number 2, it's Jalan Holden. Moved to the 88. They finally got this car going. Struggled with this car all day. The 88 of Chris Hurls. Now we move on to the Herzog Roofing entries. The number 33, former champion here at Madera Speedway. The 33 is Ryan the Rocket Reynolds. Moved to the number 10. That's his brother, current champion here at Madera Speedway. The number 10 in the Herzog Roofing entry, Sean Reynolds. Moved to the number 1. Good to see this young lady back, the driver of the number 1. It is Haley Bug. Moved to that 06, the Leap entry. Also supported by Priority Hay, the driver of the 06, Bill Gordon. And leading him to the green tonight. It's great to have him back in the MSTs. He's a former champion here at Madera Speedway. And the ThompsonTrailers.com entry, it is Kevin Thompson. Good to have Kevin back with us racing the MSTs. That is our lineup for our MST main event.
All right, who thinks Kevin Thompson can win on his first race back? Anyone out there think Kevin's going to take this main event? Pretty quiet. How about Jalan Holden?
We got
there we go. Jalan, she used to whip the boys on a regular basis in those Toyota sedans.
Yep.
Bill Gordon in the 06. Good-looking car, color of money. Yep. That might be victory tonight. How about Haley Bug in the 1 car?
Yep.
All right, got a few there. How about Sean Reynolds in the 10 car?
Yeah, I've got some Sean fans out there.
His biggest competition might come from Ryan Reynolds in the 33. How about Ryan? Who thinks he's going to win? Now, hold on. I saw the Reynolds clan down here clap for both of them. They think it's going to be a tie then. All right, we'll go for a tie. There we go.
Well, they keep swapping back and forth. One will win one week, one will win the other week. Looks like Kevin Thompson is elected to drop to the back, so this is really going to shuffle the order around. Looks like you're going to have the 06. Now the new pace setter, Bill Gordon, and that will move Haley Bug, I believe, up to the front row. So.
Outback Andy, we've got someone on our internet land just chimed in. It's Maria Rotella.
Yep.
The Rotellas, a very dedicated group here to the Madera Speedway, and we want to let everyone know here in the audience that Maria says, go get him, Kevin. So she's pulling for Kevin Thompson. And let's see, your lineup's shuffling a bit, as you said.
Yep, the lineup's going to shuffle.
I think they were a little bit, I'm not sure, but the way they lined up on the track wasn't the way they were starting, it looked like, from the lineup we had.
So just waiting for our officials to get these guys and girls all lined up.
2 to go at the line here, it looks like to me.
No,
2 to
going
go.
to double them up by the looks of it. Yep, double up at the line.
Every now and then, yep, double up with the 1 to go. Those lights are going out. If you watch down there in turn 1, when those yellow lights go out, race fans, next lap is going to be 1 at full speed.
So the new lineup, let's look at it. It is Haley Bugg on the outside of Bill Gordon. We'll put the 2 Reynolds brothers, Sean on the inside, Ryan on the outside. Row number 3, the 88 of Chris Hills and Jalan Holden. And it'll put the 77, Kevin Thompson, to the back. Pace car Pauls to the infield. And the 06 gets a good start. That's a pretty good start from our MSDs. And Haley Bugg fixing to get around the outside, that Priority Hay Leap 06.
Bill Gordon takes the lead down in turn 3, but Haley Bugg, big roll on the outside. Momentum, that number 1 car right there coming down the front straightaway. A little bit of bump draft also. This may really help on the exit of turn 2 to see if she can roll up on the outside of Bill's car down, but nope, right back behind him. So Bill Gordon doing a good job down the back straightaway.
Really impressed with Bill Gordon. Kenny, is the amount of races that Bill's had here in these MSDs. He's doing a great job. This is only, I think, only about his 3rd or 4th event. So he's really having a good run this time.
Yeah, but don't look now. You've got a Reynolds already on the roll, and it's Ryan Reynolds this time rolling the outside. He's going for another.
The 6 spins coming out of the turn.
Fortunately, everyone cleared that car.
Yellow is out.
Leader goes around turn 4.
Gordon was still running very quick yellow. So that will now put Ryan Reynolds and Haley Bugg on the front row for the restart. So it'll be interesting to see what Haley does here. I'm sure maybe Haley will try and grab the inside. We'll see. Though she was pretty happy on the outside before. So we'll see what happens.
I think what you've got to think about right here is not so much where you want, but where do you want where do you want to put the competitor? So if you're the leader, if you get the choice and you get to control the race, where do you want to put the other car?
Well, we probably put the 33 to the inside, and hopefully Haley could get a big run off the hill out of that DJ safety turn.
Well, especially if I'm the spotter of the 1 car with Haley Bugg, I'd let her know that 33 was flying on the top. Our only chance to probably pin him down and make a big roll, but so far they haven't switched. Still looks like they're treating the 33 as though the 33 is the leader. There's a little bit of a little caster shake in the left front of that 33 car. Let's see. It looks like 2 to go, which could also turn into 1 to go right here at the line.
Yep.
Frank will give him the 2 to go, and then he could quickly switch.
1 to go already.
Yeah, 1 right there.
To go.
Yep. See that from Frank right here.
Yep.
Pointing him out, saying he wants a nice start.
Fortunately, we lost the 88 Chris Hills. They've really struggled to keep that car going today. So I'm sure they'll work on that and get back here next race.
Now, Outback Andy, let me jump in. You've got trouble in the form of that 10 car. So you've got Ryan Reynolds, but you've got Sean Reynolds right there. So Haley's really got to get a good start and roll the top as big time as she can coming off of turn 2 right here.
Without getting past that 33. That will be the trick. See, Haley had to back out of it.
I think she missed a gear right there. She missed a shift.
Also, she got up there very, very close. She was rolling, was going to get by that 33. Had to back out of it a little bit, and that's when the shift may have got missed as the 2 Reynolds cars now get by. Sean trying to hunt down Ryan. These guys have raced pretty good together. They've got late models coming in the next few races too. So.
Yeah, Haley's very fast though, so I noticed in the heat race she was able to roll the center even a little bit better than the Reynolds brothers. So that 1 car, I know she switched to that car. That is a really good race car through the center of the track right here. Watch how fast that 1 car is.
Yep, 7:14 for Ryan Reynolds as the best lap so far. 7:86 for Sean and a 7:30 for Haley Bugg. So right now, Haley Bugg second quick on the racetrack. We'll see what it was last time around. A 6:31 for Ryan, a 6:76 for Sean, and a 7:07 that time for Haley. So Ryan Reynolds is a little quicker than everybody else right now. So he's found some rhythm in the 10 car.
10 car's loose.
Problem, yeah?
10 car was loose right there, and Haley's putting a lot of pressure on the 10 car. As an update right here, Andy, it looks like Rick Thompson's saying, confirm that is my nephew, Nick Thompson, not Kevin. Earlier it was Kevin, so we're not quite sure. We'll have to check next door. They've got Kevin listed still.
So Nick's back in the car. Nick is back in the car. Kevin was in the car earlier. I've seen here, we'll give you Kevin in the car.
Give you a speed shot right here. Leaders coming by, first, second, third. And then we're talking about Nick Thompson right here getting some pressure right now from Bill Gordon.
Maybe that's why they pulled that car out and they went to the back, because it was Nick in the car in here. And I hadn't had much seat time today in that car. Now Haley Bugg still pressuring the 10 car. This is kind of the best battle on the racetrack, other than that battle between the 06 of Bill Gordon and Thompson.
When I think if you look right here, Outback Andy, the three leaders are still together. Haley's definitely putting pressure on the second place driver. And again, I'm really impressed with how Haley's car rolls. Look how she rotates right here and gets that roll. But the Reynolds car is able to gain a little bit on exit right there.
Yeah, it was a 680 last time for Ryan, a 727 for Sean, and a 764 for Haley. So it kind of continues to be the same way it was. All these three drivers pretty much in their own rhythm right now, Kenny.
Watch Sean's hands, though. If we get Sean's got a handful. That car's misbehaving. He's swinging those hands around. Let's see if we can watch him as he...
You see the way the car's moving.
Yeah, watch right here. Watch his hands if we can get in there close. Right about here, you should be able to see his hands really moving around. Pretty steady that time, not bad, but he was seeing and sawing the last time by.
Yep.
It was kind of busy inside that car, so it's definitely not the way he wants it, but his brother's car up front is absolutely the way he wants it in that 33 car, so Ryan Reynolds just kind of driving away right now.
Yeah, although that time a 649 for Sean and a 685 for Ryan, so that time Sean was the faster too, and you can kind of see how he's driven away from Haley Bugg a little bit and is slowly reeling in his brother Ryan.
Loose is fast, halfway. Yep. Frank just put up 15 of 30, coming to 16 of 30 right now.
Jalan Holden is the car they will find. Now Sean has to go down the inside. See how much ground he made up before he had to kind of get way down the racetrack. He was a little closer than that. Lost about a car length in that move trying to get past the two of Jalan Holden. Now we'll see what he does this time as he drives in. A 9.62 last time for Ryan and a 9.63 for Sean. 1/1000th of a second difference, Kenny. That is crazy.
Well, and you've got Ryan's car looks to be a little bit tight. Sean's car is loose, and loose is the faster situation right now for sure.
Well, catching Ryan Reynolds may be one thing for brother Sean, but passing him may be a whole different situation for him. So see how this lap goes. Yep, Sean a little loose on one of those turns last time and washed off a lot of speed. You can see where he lost like a car length, and that showed on the time last time.
Frank puts out the 10 laps to go right now. 10 laps to go. We'll end up going, we're on the leader. It's the best battle right now, so we'll probably end up staying there.
Yep, Reynolds racing up front. 1-2. Sean trying to track down his brother Ryan. Tell you what,
loose on entry right there. Yeah.
Leave it till 2 laps to go and really put in a big run, because these guys, they might be brothers, but they race each other hard and fair, which is really cool too.
Well, right now there's 8 laps to go, so that's an eternity if someone's really pressing your back bumper here, and especially if your car's a little bit tight, their car's a little faster. But that 10 car is definitely loose on exit. Sean's not giving up. He's stomping and steering right there way across the racetrack. We should have went, look at the wall right there, Andy. He's right up against the wall. He's using every inch of that racetrack in that 10 car trying to run his brother down.
Well, that time it was a 6.29 and a 6.59, so Sean Reynolds was the faster of the two, even though that car was moving around all over the racetrack. Let's see this time how the lap times were. A 6.76 against the 7.79, and a good battle going on here with that 06 and the 77. That's a battle back in the pack.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get him on the speed shot right here. We'll jump on the speed shot.
Here we go.
Let's go back here.
Sean trying hard to run down Ryan.
Yeah, I think
the
Ryan...
7.99 and 7.04. So Ryan stepped it up the last 2 laps. He's He stepped it up a little bit here, Kenny.
Watch Sean's car, too. Watch how loose.
Wow, that time Ryan, see how he pitched it sideways? Sean caught up a whole bunch. 8.87 and 8.35, so that time Sean was faster. I saw Ryan prop that car a little sideways. Sean would have got a good look at that, too.
3 laps to go this time by leaders start-finish line right now. There's a pretty good gap to make up. Let's see if we can have an exciting finish, but there is one thing in the way.
Lap traffic, Jalan Holden.
3 cars.
Right in front of the race leader. The white flag is due any time here at Madera Speedway. That time they're telling Jalan the race leader is coming. Oh, Sean
here we go.
Gets caught out high. Ryan to the inside.
3 wide. They touch.
They do touch, and Sean gets away with it. Ryan has to back out of it. They'll come to the white flag with 2 to go. Sean Reynolds threads the needle and gets through the center.
You never know, do you?
No,
you just never know.
2 brothers, and Sean might be wounded here because Ryan is coming back at him.
Coming to the checkers
Sean is
right
slowing.
now.
Ryan to the outside. It's going to be a run to the finish. Oh, Sean Reynolds pushed his brother. Ryan Reynolds takes it on the line. Sean has got some sort of problem with that 10 car. Broken steering, maybe. Something went wrong with Sean Reynolds' car. The winner is Ryan Reynolds from Sean Reynolds, Haley Bug, Bill Gordon, Nick Thompson, Jalan Holden, and Chris Hills. And I will head to Victory Lane with a very happy Ryan Reynolds.
So Sean picks up the win and then loses the win all in one lap. How exciting was that at the end? I'm really curious to see what happened to the 10 car. Had to have come, so there's got to be something damaged in the steering from that contact they made on the back straightaway 3 wide, I would guess. Well, the Reynolds fans that were cheering for both and predicting a tie, that almost came true. That was kind of a crystal ball type situation there. Outback Andy will go down and find out what failed on the 10 car. The 2 brothers, it's not like one would pull over and let the other back in the lead. I think they want to beat each other as bad as, or even worse than anyone out here. It's probably like a Kurt and Kyle Busch. I'm friends with those guys, and they race each other harder than anybody else on the racetrack, and the Reynolds boys are the same way. Outback Andy's working his way down trackside. I'm really interested to hear these interviews. Yeah, they're looking over the right front of the 10 car, so must be something in the steering from that contact. Looks like Outback Andy's about ready to go right now. We're going to go down trackside to Outback Andy Foster.
Thank you very much, Kenny Shepard. I'm down here trackside with Ryan the Rocket Reynolds. Wow. Things are going along okay. We were looking at the lap times back and forth. One lap you'll be faster, your brother will be faster the next lap. And Kenny and I called it, the lap traffic was coming. And things got super interesting when we got down into turn 1. Man, I guess you got together with your brother. Something happened down there. But man, you guys kept it together, kept on racing. That could have been a big deal down there.
Yeah, it was unfortunate the contact that we had. But, yeah, we raced hard. And he raced, he was running me down the whole race, so I felt the pressure. And then I made a mistake by trying to go on the outside of the lap car right there. And she was kind of going to the bottom, so I thought I was going to go high around her. Then she kind of went to the top, so I tried to do the over-under and put us 3 wide. And we had some contact, and I think it bent his car because his car was swerving over the I could see his front tires doing something weird. So unfortunate for him. It was a good race between us, just sucks it into that way. But congrats to the podium. It was a good race, and it's unfortunate we ended up wrecking each other like that. But we got a good finish, so happy with that.
Yeah, that was just good hard racing, I think, more than wrecking each other. It was just opportunity. Like you said, you made that mistake. You tried to recover from it. You got to the inside and you get together. But, yeah, definitely something was going on because he got to turn 1 after the race. He couldn't turn down there. So, hey, great job by you guys once again. Look forward to seeing you make a late model start here soon.
Yeah, thanks. And I want to thank Daryl Herzog and Herzog Roofing. They actually repaired the car this morning. We broke a ball joint last night. So he spent his time this morning, got it all fixed up for me. So thanks to Daryl and Herzog Roofing.
Hey, great job, Ryan. We'll go down here to Sean. Sean's down here having a look at the front of this car. trying to diagnose what went wrong. Wow. We got to lap traffic. Your brother went up high, made the mistake going up there. You dive bombed it down to the inside. It was pretty interesting seeing. Lap times were flip-flopping all over the place. The lap cars there, you guys get together. And man, obviously something broke because you just couldn't finish that last lap off.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy finish there at the end. I tried to dive it down underneath my brother, but we made contact and it broke the steering box. I got lucky I was actually able to make the last 2 laps because after the race I hit the brakes and the car just went straight towards the wall and I couldn't control the steering.
Yeah, I mentioned that to Ryan that happened. So, lucky you got away with that. But, man, oh, man, you guys race each other so hard, so clean. That was some cool action. I know the fans are on the edge of the seat with that.
Yeah, I was trying to reel them in. I was getting closer and closer and got a little bit sideways and heated up my tires and they couldn't give him the stick anymore.
Get him next time.
Next time for sure.
And it's good to see you guys having the late models start soon, too.
Yeah, hopefully we can make it out the next 2 races and start doing late models with these other guys out here and have some fun with them.
Hey, great job by Sean Reynolds tonight, 2nd place. Go down here to Haley Buck. Haley down here. Yep, solid 3rd for Haley tonight. So this one car kept him pretty honest for a lot. Haley.
Yeah, it was a good race. I stuck with them for a while, and car got a little tight, so my arms got a little sore. But I'll keep lifting those weights.
Yeah. You got some people you want to thank real quick?
Yeah, my family, Sheldon's family, Kevin's family, the people at home, the track people, Carly and her family, all the fans.
Keep working those weights, and we'll see you back. We're going to see you in Victory Lane here real soon again.
Thank you.
How about it for Haley Bugg? Got a good season going so far. Sean Reynolds 2nd and Ron Reynolds went up back to Kenny Shepard in the booth.
Thank you, Outback Andy. Let's hit our live stream real quick while we've got our Southwest Trucks coming up. After the Southwest Trucks, we'll have the Madera Late Models. So that's what's remaining. And again, those of you tuning in on ShortTrack TV from all over the world, we've got people tuning in from overseas, from here. Indianapolis, Rod Carsey says it's rain and thunderstorms here in Indianapolis, very humid. Let's see, who else is out there? James Ashcroft. I'm loving this many new classes. I live in West Virginia, dirt track country around here. Well, James, we've got dirt track country and pavement country out here all over California. Some of the most big-time sprint car racing happens out here on dirt. Some fantastic pavement racing. It looks like down in turn 1. Justin Reed, are you down there? Can you hear me, Justin? That a boy. Justin's, he just chimed in here as well. Plus, he's at the track. Says he's at the racetrack down in turn 1 with my new baby for her first race. Well, watch out, Justin. It's a life sentence out. That's what happened to me. First thing I remember hearing was drag race cars and smoking tires, and that's all I could ever think about. So congratulations on the new baby. Outback Andy's back up here in the booth with us now. Let's turn his microphone on. He's got the lineup ready to go for the Southwest Trucks, Southwest Tour Trucks, and we've got 2 of our hobby stock drivers in the trucks tonight. They're still lining up. You know what? Let's pay a couple bills here. We've got to take care of our sponsors. Again, Nut Up, Mission Foods, and 5150. Support the brands that support our sport. We're able to do what we do here at the Madera Speedway. We provided all free live streams all last year because of these fantastic sponsors. So we're going to play a couple of commercials real quick, and we'll be right back here with you in 2 minutes.
Where you are now may not be where you came from. Sometimes you're preparing for success, and sometimes you're preparing for failure. The choices you make today may spiral out of control or spin you in the right direction. Your past doesn't define you, but the choices you make today can change your life forever. The drive can motivate you or destroy you. But you have to find a way out. Discover a riveting, real-life story of recovery that will inspire you. Believe, make it happen, and live through the madness, knocking doors down along the way. Read the true story of how Carlos Vieira nearly destroyed his life and lived to tell about it. And don't miss others telling their powerful stories on our podcast. Visit kddmediacompany.com.
Race fans, please support the brands that support our sport. NutUp Industries and NutUp.com is the primary sponsor of these free live streams for our fans to enjoy. Please go to NutUp.com and enter the code MAVTV20 for a 20% discount on all of their great, healthy almond snacks. Please visit NutUp.com and support the brands that support our sport by entering MAVTV20 for a 20% discount to say thank you for this free live stream tonight. Since 1977, Mission Foods has been creating fresh and authentic Mexican food products. Put some Mission in your kitchen, race fans. As we like to say here at the Madera Speedway, support the brands that support our sport. I'm Kenny Shepard here on Madera Racing on MAV TV, and we would like to welcome Mission Foods on board here on the Madera Racing program. Too fast, too tasty. Make sure Mission is the choice you make the next time you're at the store. It is time, race fans, for some Southwest truck racing. Outback Andy Foster is going to take us through the lineup right now.
Yes, the lineup for tonight's trucks, and we'll start from the back. In the Wiley X, number 2K, it is Harley Keneally. Move now to the number 72. It is Jesus Gonzalez in the number 72 truck. We move to the 21. Well, we saw him in the hobby stocks a little while ago, and he's in a sweet ride tonight. The driver in the 21, it's Steve Schermerhorn. Move now to the 53 truck, and that is Curtis Burns. Curtis Burns in the 53. Move to the front row, on the outside the front row in the RCM truck tonight, the number 17, Thomas Suarez doing double duty. And the pole setter tonight in the 91 energy drink entry, it is George Parrott. They are the trucks in the front row. They're going to lead them to the green tonight, Suarez and Parrott. All
right, race fans, we've kind of got something going online right here. We've got a chat room, and there's a lot of talk right now about your first race. How many of you here at the Madera Speedway tonight are here for the first time ever to the Madera Speedway? There's a couple of hands. Okay, how many of you are from outside the state of California? Anybody from out of the state? I see a couple of hands there. Okay, well, we've got people online right now that are watching us from Korea, from South Africa. They're watching from Martinsville, from Indianapolis, and there's a huge conversation. Everyone's sharing their first experience ever at a racetrack. So Justin started that with his brand new baby down there. Justin, if you can hear me, go ahead and chime in. When was your baby born? How long ago? I know it was just a short while ago. We've got, Zach and Rod. So Zach is our cameraman up here that was also an announcer earlier that's done some flagging. And now he's chatting online, kind of doing a little moderating with the guys, chatting with people. Howard West from Korea talking about Rod, how Rod's talking about the thunderstorms in Indianapolis, and Howard West is talking about the weather in Korea and how it's similar, just like back home.
You have people from all over the world watching the racing. We had someone from New Zealand.
Real quick, though, Howard West, you're out there in internet land. You're in Korea right now. You're in South Korea. Where is home in the States? Where originally were you from out here? Curious to see that.
Shannon Edwards was from New Zealand, or is from New Zealand. Steve Rodkowski from Indianapolis, from Indiana. You probably remember this name, Kenny Shepard, Jeff Ensign. Yep, Jeff Ensign just up and moved his wife and the pets, and they've moved their race cars, and Jeff arrived in Indianapolis this week and was going to go non-wing racing this weekend. So,
well, we've got Ray from upstate New York just jumped in. We've got Doug Engler from New York also, so we're rolling there. Let's see. Boy, what a Nacho AVG Bear. I thought it said beer. I thought it was Nacho Beer. I thought, man, that's a heck of a name there. No racing tonight, Cottage Grove, Oregon. Be back working next week. Justin Reed, awesome. Justin, we appreciate that. Again, this is our club racing that we've also invited the Southwest Trucks, Southwest Tour Trucks. Next week is another club race, a little bit more supercharged. We've got Wing Sprint cars and the Legends of Pacific INX cars. And then the 26th, the best show that we've got around here, our MAV TV televised series featuring the fastest and the most talented 10 to 16-year-old kids in full-size late models in the 5150 Junior Late Model Series and the Nut Up Pro Late Model Series, plus the future stars of the Junior Late Model Series and the Mini Cups and the Bandoleros all on the 26th, so make sure you guys tune in. Well, look at this, Andy. It's rolling now. We've got people from Alabama, Oklahoma, Queensland. Where's Queensland, Andy?
That is in Australia. Paul Connick. Yep, he's in far north Queensland. Paul, tell me what town you're from in Queensland. I know you're from northern Queensland.
Arizona, South Carolina, Indian Springs, San Antonio, Texas. This is so much fun, all the people to expose what we're doing. I know we get huge audiences for our MAV TV shows and our live shows, so it's a lot of fun even showcasing a local show. Let's see what Frank McBee's doing down there. We see a 2 to go. Lights are still on.
Here you go. Donna Simons and Ken Lord, which is hello from the Philippines. So a couple watching from the Philippines. Yep.
Frank's got that 1 to go flag. Pace cars out on the track. It looks like it'll be 1 to go for 50 laps next time by.
So Paul is from Atherton near Cairns. So he is way up the top point of Australia, right on that point, right up on the eastern point at the top. So, yep. San Antonio.
Lights are out at back, Andy. 1 to go next time by.
The 91 of George Parrott and the 17 of Thomas Suarez will bring them to the green. The Mustang pace car has pulled off on the back section.
Steve Schimmerhorn that just tuned up's in that second row outside. The 91 picking up the pace, coming off turn 4. Green flags in the air. Way up the racetrack that time out back, Andy.
Yep. And our 2 hobby stock guys started on the outside row. So here we go. Thomas Suarez with that big run off the hill. Schimmerhorn's seen that. He'll have to try and replicate that next time or down in 3 and 4. So Thomas Suarez goes to the lead. Schimmerhorn way up the racetrack, tries to pull it down. He knows right there is where Thomas Suarez got that slingshot, and it happens for Steve Schimmerhorn. Wow, wow, wow. These Madera guys, they know where the sweet spot is on the racetrack. We get wheels squealing from these pickup trucks.
I think right now with Schimmerhorn, almost contact down there in turn 1, but Schimmerhorn, if he runs down Suarez, he is fast in that 21 truck. He's not going to mess around, even though he's got 47 laps to work with. He's going to use about 5, maybe even 3 of them to go the lead right now.
Yes, he is, and we've got Nut Up as our race sponsor. The race sponsor on that 91 truck is 91 Up, that energy drink. So he could have some Nut Up, those awesome nuts, and drink some 91 Up.
Lead change, new leader,
yes.
Steve Schimmerhorn. The Steve Schimmerhorn fans are going crazy out there in the grandstands, and Schimmerhorn said, I like the way this truck feels. This Ford's fast.
Yeah, that's a very, very good race truck, and Steve's just got to manage the tires. It's a longer race than he is used to here at Madera.
I don't know. Steve runs the $10,000 to win 400 lap pumpkin smash, but there's a lot of water on the track and pumpkins and stuff. Kids smash everywhere, so it probably keeps the tires cool.
I can't believe how much Steve Schimmerhorn has driven away from Thomas Suarez.
Here's something you need to watch for, though. Schimmerhorn's not using the entire racetrack. Watch him right here. We're going to go back to the speed shot. I'm going to jump over here. Steve is kind of running down the middle of the racetrack right here. Watch this. He's leaving a little real estate out there. So if somebody behind him, that's heating the tires up. Use the entire racetrack. You've really got to watch that right now. Frank is really looking at one of the race cars right now. There's something, I'm not sure if he's a little concerned with some oil leaking or something, but Frank's looking him over, Andy.
Yeah, Frank, not sure. I think it was looked like it was use your head to Steve Schimmerhorn. Maybe Frank was concerned that the pace that Steve was running in that truck so early.
Up 53, the 53 truck of Burns is inside Parrott, makes the pass, 91 truck up all the way across the racetrack. Now let's see if that 53 truck can run down Thomas Suarez.
Well, the 53 has got by that 91 truck. I think the 91 of George Parrott. He should have drank another can of that 91 Up energy drink.
Yeah, Shimmerhorn in traffic right there. Frank's really looking over. I think it's a Suarez truck. He's really looking that truck over. Thomas had a rear end issue in his hobby stock. Let's hope he's not having mechanical issues here.
Yeah, we're saying he found a whole bunch of roller bearings. I think Frank's looking this. There is some smoke coming from.
He's smelling it. You can see. Look at him. Look at him.
Yep.
That's that old flagman using that sniffer right there. You see that in that close-up shot.
Checking what that oil is. We don't want to oil down the racetrack with the late model race to come tonight.
Frank has a pretty good nose for gear oil. I can tell you that. Uh-oh. That was a move over flag. They're getting busy right there. I thought he was going after him with another flag.
Harley Keneally being told to hold your line out there.
And look at Burns. He's run down Suarez right now. Burns might be the truck on the long run that will give Shimmerhorn a problem. You clear Suarez, you get a yellow, or just flat run him down. Shimmerhorn is out there with his hair on fire. He might want to back her down just a little bit, save some race car tires.
Well, if I was Steve, I'd be getting up the racetrack and just trying some lines up there while there's no one around, because if you make a mistake, it doesn't work. At least you got time to gather it up for later in the race, in case he has to use that outside line a little later on. But the 53 of Curtis Burns still struggling to get past Thomas Suarez, and we're 15 laps in this race, 35 to go, and here we go to the inside now, and smoke pouring from the back.
Okay, let's do something different here. We're going to jump over to our announcers, and let's hear what our officials. We're going to jump into their radio and see if we've got a black flag coming. See what Frank has to say here.
A lot of smoke that time from Thomas Suarez.
It's time for him to go away.
Frank just said it's not going to go away. We heard that. Let's see if we've got...
He's leaking some type of fluid. Coming out of the front now, too.
Okay, we just heard that from Frank. He said it's leaking out of the front and the back now.
There's no issues with any spotters yet about the 17.
So let's jump over to our spotters channel. We'll jump over there and let's hear what's going on there if anyone's complaining.
Copy. Yeah, we'll keep the black flag in. We can get a pretty good smell, but there's no reports from the green.
Okay, so they're talking to Thomas out there, letting him know what's going on. I say really it's only the 91 that's running around him as well.
All right, lap 20, heading to 50. We've got the 17 truck that was huffing and puffing and smoking. He's still running third place right now.
And just to let you know, Kenny, Curtis Burns was running almost a second quicker than Steve Shimmerhorn right now. So Steve's going to need to get going here. Hopefully he hasn't burnt the stuff up on that 21.
Let's get Zach to the 53 car in second place right now. He's coming down the back straightaway. He is definitely closing in on Shimmerhorn. 22 laps. We've still got not even at the halfway point, and that 53 truck is faster. Shimmerhorn's got to take care of those tires.
Yeah, Shimmerhorn ran a 5.16 last time. Curtis Burns a 1.65, so it was about half a second. And you can see now that Curtis Burns is starting to catch Steve Shimmerhorn.
There's a speed shot. Shimmerhorn goes by. Burns goes by. Frank's happy with the lap down truck that moves over. Frank's giving that 17 a real good look.
Yep, it's like a sniffer
didn't say
dog.
anything there. Yep.
Sniffer dog at the airport.
Well, Frank is part
race.
hound dog,
Yep.
but he's Hoosier hound dog. He knows the tires. He's got a nose for that gear oil.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Frank. Watch him look this over.
Well, it's definitely not Lucas Oil in the back of that, because if it was Lucas Oil, that thing would be smoking like that.
I'll bet you it was Lucas Oil in it, because it's probably out of oil, but the film, it's so good, it's still rolling. You can go forever. The 53 truck of Burns now is on the same half a straightaway within about 6 truck lengths of Steve Shimmerhorn, and we've got trouble. We're just now at the halfway point. Lap 26, we've got a long way to go. Shimmerhorn's mirror is starting to get bigger and bigger with that white 53 truck.
Yep. Like you see, here we go. The 53 now trying to find a way past that 72 truck. If this 72 lets him through, yes, he does. We're down to about 3 truck lengths down.
Now watch this, Andy. I'd like to see Shimmerhorn open the track up a little bit more. So roll the center, use the whole track. Watch right here on the speed shot. Let it breathe. Bring it out to the wall. He's kind of pinching it down a little bit, and that's closing his exit.
Yep.
And that sheds some speed, and it's valuable speed he needs right now and not heating those tires up. Let's see what he looks like here on exit on this speed shot.
Last time a 4.21 and against a 5.55. So Schermerhorn was faster than Burns. Last time Burns made that big run for about 15 laps. Maybe he's heated his stuff up.
Burns is loose, right rear, so that could really help Schermerhorn. I've seen it a couple times. That right rear starts stepping out on him. Now if Schermerhorn, he might want to pick up the pace, actually, and just make him wear that right rear out, depending. I'd love to listen into their spotters and hear that chess match, but Schermerhorn looks really good right now.
The time before, Schermerhorn was faster. That time, Curtis Burns, a 2.02 to a 2.96. So that was kind of evened up the battle, so they're still about the same distance, about that 3 truck length difference. And Schermerhorn drives that 21 hard out of 2. Burns knows that if you get up on the high line, you can get that run. He's been doing that.
Lap 31, 32 right now, going to 50, so this is going to be interesting still.
Yes, it is. And Schermerhorn now to the inside of Harley Keneally. How does this play out this time for Burns? Keneally races back to the outside.
Well, I think that played into Burns' hand majorly because where the leader caught the lap traffic of Keneally versus where Burns, the second-place truck, he gained about 2 truck lengths right there.
Yeah, that time a 6.80 for Schermerhorn, a 5.07 for Burns. Like Kenny said, that was about 2/10 that time.
Yep, and he's went up loose. The 53 is a little bit loose, but loose is fast. Schermerhorn, hopefully he saved some tires on his side. Hopefully the 53 has got enough right rear, and he is rolling the center. 15 laps to go this time by.
Yes, 15 at the line. Steve Schermerhorn. A 4.09 for Schermerhorn, a 1.80 for Burns. That was a good lap for Burns. That time Burns stumbled getting out of 2. Schermerhorn was able to close us up fast in 3 and 4. Tell you what, they're down an 8.05 turn. We can't wait to have an 8.05 beer tonight.
Schermerhorn is quicker entry. The 53 is faster through the center, but the 53 hangs up on the right rear tire. Let's see if we can see it right here. 53 is overheating. Burns overheating right there, too. So that might be a little bit of that water on the right rear tire. Frank's got a little something else to get busy with here.
Yeah, the 53, it's a bit of a geyser. You can see it coming out of that geyser hole for the overheating situation. Now, Schermerhorn, Burns wants to get to the front so he can try and cool the motor down. All the time he's following Schermerhorn, it's going to heat this truck up. You see it down the turn. We'll start to puff a little water down here. Schermerhorn this time. Let's take a look at the lap time as they come over the line.
Burns loose, big time right there off of turn 4. Major league loose. We're coming to 10 to go this time by.
3.11 for Schermerhorn, 5.22 for Burns. Burns really trying hard, even though he's pushed a lot of water out of this truck.
Frank's giving him the 10 to go. Flagman Frank, 10 to go. 53 of Burns, very loose through the center right there, but he is not giving up. We've got lap traffic coming up. We saw in the MST race, that was the major component to change the complexion of that race. Could it happen again right here, Outback Andy?
I think Burns backed off a little bit for a couple of laps, getting to try and cool that truck down because it's not pushing water out anymore like it was. Like I say, we're coming into traffic. Suarez will be the first truck that they come to. Burns is in the back of Schermerhorn, muscling the back of the 21. The 21 was quicker out of the turn.
It's time to put the pressure on. If you're Burns, you've got to go. Let him know you're there. Knock him around just a little bit. Don't turn him around, but put some pressure on him.
As Brian Herzog would say, get him there, hook him up, but do not spin him out.
Whoa, right there, loose off the corner there. Or sideways loose right there, really slow. The 53's loose on entry, just sprint carring through the middle of the corner. That might be the break that Schermerhorn needed, but they do have traffic coming to lap 44 of 50 right now.
Smokey Suarez gets by the 2 of Harley Keneally. Schermerhorn now hoping to get a safe passage by that 2 car. He's got to time it at the right section of the racetrack to play advantage over Burns. Burns closes up here.
Burns missed his entry on 1, though, and slid way up, and he's way loose right now.
Yeah, gets into Harley Keneally, the lap car. 5 to go. Schermerhorn now has got Suarez in front of him. Thomas Suarez ran a 8.78 last time, a 5.36 of Schermerhorn, and a 6.16 of Burns. Even though Burns was loose, he still ran that 6.16 against the 5.36. for Steve Schimmerhorn. Will we get a bumpman run, Ray Sands, with 2 laps to go? Let's see how it goes. Burns now starting to mount a challenge. Down into 805 turn. They'll straighten up out of Mission turn.
3 to go this time by, not 2 to go, and we could have a little oil leaking from the 17, but they left him out there. 53 of Burns is trying desperately to get back to that back bumper of the 21 car of Schimmerhorn. Right now, if you're Schimmerhorn, you've got to qualify. Ignore that. Don't tighten up. You've got 2 to go for a big victory right now.
Here it comes, Kenny. 2 to go. We said 2 to go would be the thing. He's called the tires. Can he get it done? No, loose out of the turn. That has helped Schimmerhorn that time. 1 lap left to go at the line. We'll get the white flag here anytime from Frank. Here we go. Burns, let's see what he ran, a 480, a 355 to Schimmerhorn. Schimmerhorn safely by the lap car. Can Burns do anything down the back? We drive deep into Mission turn. Too fast, too tasty, and I tell you what, tonight, Steve Schimmerhorn was too fast, and he'll get to taste the victory down in Victory Lane tonight at Madera Speedway in his first Southwest Tour Truck win over Curtis Burns, Thomas Suarez, George Parrott, Jesus Gonzalez, and Harley Keneally. That's the way they finished with the Southwest Tour Trucks for their 50-lap main at Madera Speedway.
I'll bet you, race fans, we will run into a very happy Steve Schimmerhorn after that. Any Steve Schimmerhorn fans out there? That was a nice victory. Very nice run. Very curious to hear from the 53. Was it water from overheating, or did he just wear out that right rear tire? Excellent racing. They're down there looking over. The officials are really looking over the 17 truck of Thomas Suarez. Had a lot of issues with the rear end on his hobby stock, and now it looks like they're looking over that rear axle of their truck as well. Outback Andy's working his way down to Victory Lane. We've got one more main event to go. Club racing happens in a hurry around here. It's family friendly. We get everyone home early. Race teams, fans, folks want to come out. Usually, even with the return trip home, you can be home by 9 o'clock at a club race. Late models are lined up over on the backside. And look at that 53. Still got a geyser coming out of that engine. It's wet all over the front, but he was not backing off. He was entertaining all of us. Outback Andy's real close down there. Just spoke with Steve. I bet Steve wishes he brought his late model too tonight. He's on a roll right now. All right, let's head down trackside right now to Outback Andy that's at the 21 truck, Steve Schimmerhorn.
Yeah, Steve celebrating with the family down here. Well, his first time in a Southwest Tour Truck here at Madera Speedway. How about a race? He's a former champion in the hobby stocks. Picking up the main event win tonight in the Southwest Tour Truck, Steve Schimmerhorn. I tell you what, this guy was coming. He hooked you up one time out of turn 4, got you loose. But as Herzog would say, hook him up, get him loose, but don't spin him out. That was perfect from Curtis Burns. But a great race between you guys.
Yeah, the truck got a little tight. I had to hit the fan on there to cool it down, the left rear. These things were a ton of fun. I'm out of breath, man, after running the hobby and then this. I think I lost 15 pounds today. I got to thank Jeff Williams, JW Racing, and the Southwest Truck Series for bringing this up here and just throwing an unknown in these trucks in this thing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, very, very cool for you to get your first run. Hopefully we'll see you in these trucks once again.
That's up to Jeff. He owns the truck.
I'm sure Jeff's going to be pretty happy seeing this car in Victory Lane. How about a race there? Steve Schimmerhorn gets the win tonight in the Southwest Tour Truck. We're going to go over here. This truck's got a geyser going on. Was hot on the racetrack, and, well, a little hot there. But race hands, how about tonight for Curtis Burns, second tonight, Curtis? Turn 4, you made it pretty interesting. You certainly let Schimmerhorn know you were there. You hooked him up, but in great racer fashion, hooked him up, got him sideways, let him go. And there was some great racing. I know this thing started getting hot, probably pushing the water out on the tires those last few laps.
He was pushing a little bit of water. It was pretty warm. Congratulations to Steve jumping in that thing and taking off with it. I had fun racing with him. We almost had that thing. Almost had it. I wasn't going to turn him. We'll just let him know I was back there is all I needed to do.
Yeah, probably got caught up behind maybe Thomas Suarez for a few too many laps.
Nah, I don't think so. Somebody was out here leaking a little bit of fluid. I could smell it, and then we started getting loose going in, but I don't think that had an effect on anything of the finishing order anyway. But it was just a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun.
Great to see you up here. How about for Curtis Burns, second place tonight? Great drive. Go down here. This guy, wow. How about it tonight for Thomas Suarez? This thing's hot. We got a little burning going on, a little oil. Not another rear end, is it?
No, I think it's a valve cover leak in this time. So we actually had just picked this car up yesterday and brought it to the track. This is my first time in this car. So we've owned this thing for years, and I still have never driven it. So I think I did pretty decent for first time out here in this car.
Yeah, and you had a good race going, too, with Curtis Burns for a lot of laps. You guys raced hard out there.
Yeah, unfortunately, we ran out of tire. We used up our stuff way a little bit too early, and we just didn't have anything for them.
Well, it's cool that you drive this truck. I know this is sort of musical seats in there, everybody jumping out. But good to see you. This was a solid third. I think you got a smile on your face, so you certainly enjoyed this one.
Yes, I definitely had fun today. Getting a second in the hobbies and getting a third in this, I couldn't have asked for much more. This is pretty good for today.
Great day at Madera Speedway for Tom. Solid third place for Thomas Curtis in second, and Steve Schimmelhorn getting the win. Back to Kenny Shepard. We got late models coming our way.
All right, late models. It looks like crew members are hauling some gear and some tires out. You'll see that even here at the club races where they'll pull some gear out in case they need some help. We do have a really good championship battle going on. We've got 3 championships here at the Madera Speedway with the late models. You've got the Madera Late Model Championship, which is the club racing series. Kyle Keller is just barely ahead of Jason Aguirre in that championship. Then we have the Nut Up Pro Late Model Championship. That's the biggest one. That's the televised championship. And then the third championship is the overall. It's combined between the club racers and the TV racers. You get points for both sides, and we have an overall late model champion. So there's 3 championships to race for here at the Madera Speedway. So it'll be late models coming up next. Some pictures going on down trackside. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with you, fans.
Through the Race to Be Drug-Free campaign, we raise awareness about the harmful effects of drugs. We educate children both inside and outside of schools about staying off of drugs and out of trouble. We also have our Gloves Not Drugs boxing program, which allows kids between the ages of 8 and 18 to come learn the art of boxing and also Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
They've taught me to become a role model to everyone else. Watch what I do when no one else is looking, do the right thing all the time.
It's been amazing. I really love the program. My favorite part is working with my team, my coaches. They made me who I am.
The program really motivates them to become a better person.
I've gotten better in school, more disciplined, and I've gotten better grades since I started this program.
Your teammates, they're not only your teammates, your family,
Kids who could potentially be doing something bad with their lives, and they can turn it into something good and positive.
Thank you for this sport, and it helped me a lot.
Is that your stomach growling? Or the sound of thousands of horsepower circling the track? Fuel up for race day with Mission Foods. Supercharge your taste buds with fast and easy to create recipes that are winner circle delicious. Try some of our mouth-watering tacos to piled high nachos, fresh chips with guac, and more. Start those engines because Mission has you covered from the green flag to the checkered flag. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
Hey, race fans, are you a fan of grassroots racing?
Would you like to see more content from behind the scenes at the Madera Speedway? If so, you need to check out our YouTube channel, ShortTrack TV. ShortTrack TV is where you will find the behind-the-scenes action with documentaries of the race car drivers, old race footage, and other exciting and fun content from the Madera Speedway. Go to ShortTrack TV and subscribe today and enjoy some more great content from the fastest 1/3 mile in the West, the Madera Speedway.
All right, race fans, we're back from that commercial break. Again, always support the brands that support racing. Always support them. Any of the sponsors, any track. Support grassroots short track racing as well. I don't care where you're at out there in Short Track TV land on our YouTube channel. Make sure you visit a small racetrack, little mom pop racetrack, dirt, pavement, go-karts, quarter midgets, whatever it is. Go out and support. Help them out. They can also use some volunteers. It's a wonderful sport. We always say a family that races together stays together, and it's just some of the neatest people, the racing family, the neatest people you'll ever be around. Again, and for us, we just now got our fans back, so it's only been a couple of races, and big news coming out here over the next week about even more restrictions being lifted from all of us, so we're very anxious for all of that. Up here in the booth with Outback Andy, that's a little bit of a dark shot, but you can see the race cars on the track there. Wave to the camera and say hi, Andy.
Hey, how you going, guys? Good to see everybody online. I got a question here. Graham Denty, where are you from exactly? I know you've got the flag there. Let me know what state and what town where you're from. Getting ready for our late models.
Yep, Andy, why don't you give us a lineup here?
We're going to give you the lineup right now from the back. Making her first start in a full late model race in the Doobie Racing entry, the number 68, Rebecca Doobie. We go now to the 82. Good to see this guy back on the racetrack. The 82 is Dennis Schlunt. Now we move to the 56. This guy's had a pretty good race day so far. The 56, Brandon Bird. Move to the Dessa Bay City Autos. Number 44, former dirt track racer from San Jose, Mike Shapiro. The 21, we saw him super fast in the heat races tonight. In the true form, number 21M, it's Aaron Mullins. Driver of the Corbin Cash, Waterford Irrigation, MTFX Graphics. Number 45 from Atwater, California, it's racing Jason Aguirre. Move to the front row, and what a front row we got. One of the veterans of the sport now, the most winningest driver in the history of late models at Madera Speedway in the MJ Gilbert Construction Stop Tech Brakes. Number 42 from LaGrange, Matt Erickson. And from Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Battleborn Racing, CSM Graphics, number 12 entry, it's the Wild Child, Killer, Kyle Keller. That's our lineup for the late model main event tonight. So Kyle Keller and Matt Erickson, a young star and a veteran. Wow. Couldn't get any better than the front row tonight. Keller and Erickson. In that row two, Aguirre and Mullins. Should be a great late model race. That's our lineup. We're set to go. We're getting ready for the officials to send them on their way. The Madera Speedway official pace car, the Mustang, is out there. Want to thank everybody for coming to Madera Speedway tonight. It's great to have you fans back. We've certainly missed you over 2020 and the first part of 2021. And our Turn 4 fans up there, hey, great to have you guys back. I know you're going to be cheering for Racing Jason down there.
Well, and again, like we've talked about, Outback Andy, this is our club racing. It's obviously graduation with high schools right now, so congratulations to all the new graduates, including my daughter, Kylie Shepard, that just graduated. And so this typically will usually take this week off. We kind of stay away from this. So it's a little bit tougher on the team. So it's a really relaxed, super relaxed tune-up night. But like I said, you've got the diehards up there. You've got Kyle Keller that has the support of Derek Thorne. You've got Matt Erickson, the most winning driver in the recent era. Then behind Matt Erickson, you've got Jason Aguirre. Those are 3 big players in the TV show. And then you've got Aaron Mullins that actually took down the Erickson car in the heat race. So this could get a little bit more intense than Zach's moving that camera around right there. Nice and smooth, Zach. This could be a little more intense. And, again, this club racing, if you want to see big fields of late models, make sure you tune in on ShortTrack TV or come out live on June 26th for our next MAV TV televised event with the 5150 Junior Late Models and the Nut Up Pro Late Model Series. Big fields of late models there.
Yes, certainly is. As Keller now weaving that number 12 clean off the tires. So, too, Matt Erickson and Jason Aguirre.
You know what? Jason Mullins just tuned in, and poor Aaron Mullins has been out there just working his tail off on that 21 car all by himself. I've been very impressed with Aaron. He really works the high side when we do the Friday night high side. He won the heat race. He's really fast. That would be a good underdog victory here tonight in this 40-lap late model main event if Mullins in that 21 car were able to roll up there and take down those big 3 ahead of him.
Yes, it would, Kenny Shepard. That would be pretty amazing that he could get through and do that. Looking forward to this race, the young Kyle Keller. We have 3 championships at Madera. We have the TV series. You see the MAV TV series. We also have Kyle Keller weaving and nearly drove in the side of Matt Erickson. We have the TV series on MAV TV. We have the local series. And then there's a combined championship. So if you run both series, you could pick up the combined championship.
Somebody just tuned in here, Andy. First time. We've got a lot of them always just kind of stumbling into our ShortTrack TV. Well, welcome. It's where they raced. First time seeing Madera and ShortTrack TV. Madera, we have MAV TV shows, so we're rather popular for that, but we offer this free live stream as well to build a bigger audience for our race car drivers and just show off what ShortTrack racing has to offer. So welcome to the program. Make sure you check out, go to racemadera.com. You want more information with our entire schedule. We've got a lot of live streaming events coming up, including the next 3 weeks, so make sure you tune back in. Looks like Frank's got that 2-to-go flag. We'll have 40 laps hammer down racing. And with our MAV TV show, unlike this is 40 laps straight through, the 26th, it'll be an 80-lap event, 50 laps, a break, 10-minute break, adjust and tune anything they want, but changing the tires. And then we have a 30-lap sprint to the finish. The July race, end of July, last week in July, that is a 100-lap race for $5,000 to win. Lights are going to be out this time I believe, out back, Andy, looking at the body language from Frank, the flagman.
There's a little gamesmanship going on up front so far.
How many of you fans think Kyle Keller can take this victory tonight? How about Matt Erickson? How about Jason Aguirre? I see him screaming down there in turn 4. How about Aaron Mullins? How about somebody outside the top 4? Lights are out back, Andy. We're about to find out 40 laps. Typically, these club races are pretty clean with some donuts and door marks and things of that nature, but let's see how this start rolls right now. Kyle Keller starts building pace out of turn 4. Green flag's already in the air.
Yeah, that's a great start, too. Need to be a little ahead as the lead car. Matt Erickson on the outside. Matt gets a big run off of turn number 2, that Matt Erickson line.
Watch turn 3 and 4 with the sundown. The shadows are already there. There's probably a lot of grip on the high side. Let's jump right back here to the front. Matt's rolling top. Kyle Keller's got that car rolling the bottom. This is a really nice side-by-side battle right now. Let's see what Derek Thorne and the boys have done with that 12 car to tune it up on the bottom.
Yeah, Derek Thorne is a big part of the team here for Kyle Keller to take on that Rick and Matt Erickson prepared and a race car down the back. Matt has been on fire the last few weeks. We've been really impressed with the way Matt Erickson has been racing. Kyle Keller is just coming on as a driver, and here we come, race fans. Racing Jason Aguirre. He wants to be a part of this. He sees that Erickson is fast on the high line, so therefore the 45 is trying to go up and push Erickson to the lead. He tags the back of Erickson. Erickson didn't get going. Maybe now he'll play bumper tag with the 12 car. Aaron Mullins right behind him. A great 4-car battle at Madera, California for our late model stars out of Mission Turn.
Well, and
It's
I believe, the 42 car of Ericsson's loose already, a little bit off the right rear. We've seen that kind of be a trend tonight. And you can see a Gary pull off the high side and go to the bottom, trying to move with Matt, and he moved down to defensive move. Kyle Keller rolling the center of the corner very nicely in that 12 car.
Yes, Kyle Keller doing a great job rolling the center as he got a good turn 1 and 2 that time for Kyle Keller. We'll go back and have a look at some lap times here shortly for the race fans out there.
Yeah, now let's look at something. Let me jump in here, Andy. Ericsson is actually falling back a little bit in that second place, falling back off of Keller, and it looked like he was going to fall in the clutches of the 45 car of Gary, and the 21 car of Mullins could be the fastest of those 3 race cars. He just kind of pinned behind the 2 of them right now.
Yeah, the lap before last, Kyle Keller ran a 15.091, the fastest lap of the race so far. And for Kyle Keller, 1:33 last time around. Matt Erickson, a 2:16 and a 3:06 for Racing Jason. And I tell you what, don't count Aaron Mullins out of a podium position tonight, because he is charging hard in that 21 entry.
Now we've got some lap traffic. This is Rebecca Doobie making her first start right there. Frank's working her, trying to get her up the racetrack. And let's see if she stays, gives plenty of room to lead her. She's up the racetrack nice and smooth. This is really important training for her right now.
Matt Erickson struggled to get the car from the outside to the inside, but a great job by Rebecca Doobie the first time that she's been lapped, and she lets those cars through. This
Caution's
is
out.
great driving. Brandon
Turn 4.
Bird spins. Brandon Bird is around.
Turn 4, you see Brandon over there in turn 4 right now coming down the front straightaway. I'm not sure. Yep, the car's running. Oh, it's running.
Yep.
He's letting
Brandon's
that car know
around.
he didn't appreciate it going around on him.
So Rebecca Doobie did a great job, Kenny. First time she's been in a full race to let the fast cars through, so she did a great job.
She did an excellent job. And again, as we talked about earlier, part of the club racing experience is having 2 or 3 of the TV drivers. And again, we're missing quite a few drivers, but when we have those extra drivers, they're working with the new kids. And this is part of the experience with Rebecca working her way towards her first television start, doing an excellent job. Last night, I mentioned it earlier, but Kirstie Young down there in turn 3, the throttle stuck open, wiped her car out down there. Ricky Nelson broke his car today. Trevor Slunt's fuel cell developed a leak. I could go on and on. Lauren Papa Kuntz tore up an engine in one car last night, couldn't get the other one going today. So it's just been one late model after another that's had some real issues this weekend. But Frank's got the cross them up, 2 to go right here. Let's see if he's going to stay with it. It looks like it, 2 to go.
Yeah. It looks like Kyle's going to pick the inside. He was the race leader, so he gets to pick. So Kyle Keller liked the way it was on this initial start of this race.
That is not surprising, because Keller's car is really good on the bottom. But the danger is this. Matt is really good on the top.
Yep.
Other than Buddy Shepard, I'd call him the best. The shadows that are now falling over turns 3 and 4, the lights are coming on. That's going to help the speed down there. Erickson will get into 1 and 2 so good, and he gets that slingshot off of 2. He will absolutely jump all over the 12 car trying to make something happen right here. The 12 car to me looks like a better long-run car. Matt Erickson will try and make something happen in a major way. That may open the door for the 45 car of Jason Aguirre to get in there and make a run at second.
Yep, this may be the way it works.
Here we
out.
go,
We
Andy.
get ready, pace building. Kyle Keller, once again, can he get that trick restart? That's a great restart, Kenny. That is a textbook
Now watch
restart.
for Erickson off of turn 2. Come barreling down that back straightaway. He'll drive it in until he sees Elvis in turn 3. Now it's about Keller getting that car turned, rotating, getting even at the start-finish line to keep this thing a race.
How about Mullins? Mullins got around the outside of Jason Aguirre. They got together. Geary got into Mullins, and Mullins hung tough
Back
there.
to the front right now, Andy. Keller's got to keep him from clearing the 42. Don't let him back down to the bottom.
Yep, you got to keep
It is
him
a
up
real
there.
battle, because the 42, I don't believe, is as good a long-run car, and if the 12 can wear him down, stay there. You've got a heck of a battle on your hands coming to lap 14 of 40.
Yes, you do. We're going lap 14 at the line this time. Kyle Keller keeps that 42 up there. The
Contact.
stop check brakes.
Little
I tell you
rubbin.
what.
Rubbin's racing down there. A little bit of donuts. Same thing on the back straightaway. Wheel to wheel. They go down the back straightaway. Still, I think it could be the 12 this time by. How close will this be, Andy?
It's going to be very, very close. In fact, Matt Erickson is the new race leader. Matt was the new leader at the line. How about Aaron Mullins right behind him? Mullins sees this. Mullins is running really good lap times, faster than the cars in front of him.
Yep.
While they get to race, and Mullins is just clawing his way there, hanging tough.
I said it earlier, Mullins might be the fastest car on the track if he can get clear. Now he's got clear pasture between he and the leaders side by side could play right into Mullins' hand. But little by little, the 12 car of Kyle Keller's taking control of this race once again. He's won that long-range battle. I think he's got a little bit better long-range car than Matt Erickson had. Matt Erickson finally won on MAV TV again on May 22nd, Military Tribute Night. It had been forever. He is really tough right now.
Aaron Mullins sees the way that Keller gets it done. So Aaron Mullins will try and go up and get to the back of that 42. Then he'll try and loosen Matt up a little bit, try and get to the inside. But this is a great battle. Jason Aguirre really struggling with that Waterford Irrigation Corbin Cash car. That car does not look so happy on the racetrack tonight.
This time by Outback, Andy. This next time by, lap 20, the halfway point of this Madera Late Model Club race. And it's Kyle Keller that leads them to the halfway mark.
Yes, he does. Kyle Keller, about a 2-car break over Matt Erickson.
Turn
Aaron Mullins.
68 of Rebecca Doobie around in turns 3 and 4. That will bring the caution out, re-rack them and stack them, and that will give the cagey Matt Erickson another opportunity to take a shot at Kyle Keller. You talk about training. This is like sparring with some of the heavyweights, and Kyle Keller has really stepped his game up. He's such a likable young man. I think he's a sponsor's dream, and he's really becoming one of the top-notch drivers. And this tuning up in the club racing, not to mention trying to win a championship, will pay big dividends right around the corner in a TV race, I suspect.
Yes, it will. Matt Erickson loving this because that car seems to be just a short-run car. And I see Matt and Rick having some discussions down there. Matt, the king of the restarts. That was a good restart last time for Matt Erickson. And Aaron Mullins is really super impressive tonight as Rebecca Doobie now gets the 68 fired up. She will tag the back of the pack.
Good experience for Rebecca. Yep. I'm going to jump back over to our live online. We've got a bunch of fans from Mexico that just tuned in. They want to know if this is a 3/8 mile track. No, it's a 1/3 mile track. Kelly Cordova let them know it's the fastest 1/3 mile in the West. Thanks to those wicked super modifieds that we grew up racing down here or watching them race in the 80s. 90s, the glory days even prior to that. So this is Madera Speedway, very famous for the super modified days, open wheel days. You go back to India as we did just a couple of weeks ago. You go through the museum, and there's so much heritage and history from the Fresno territory, Kearney Bowl, Madera, this area, clear back to India. And it looks like Frank has got that green flag, 1 to go, halfway mark. Here we go again. Erickson's going to make that big run. Now, here's the dangerous part. Again, Outback Andy, look down there in turn 3 and 4 as they wander down that direction. Look at all the shade on the top side of that racetrack, which means a lot of grip. That's bad news for Kyle Keller. Good news, there's a lot of sunshine off of turn 2. Bring them down to the start right now, Outback Andy.
Yeah, welcome to all the people that just tuned in from watching the Eldora tonight as late models go for another restart. Matt Erickson to the outside. Kyle Keller cleared him out of 2. Keller pushes him way up the racetrack.
Yeah, but
now.
watch right here in turn 3 and 4. There's a lot of grip on the high side of 3 and 4. Watch this run right here. Erickson gets, it's all going to be up to how he gets through the center and off the corner because we've got another yellow flag here. Frank's got the yellow out. Rebecca in the same exact spot.
Yeah. Rebecca was trying to turn that car around. The spotters were quick. So welcome to everybody that's joining after watching Eldora tonight. Big welcome to those online. This Madera Speedway, it's our club late model race, tuning up for a TV race in a couple of weeks. And we got some TV stars out there. We got some drivers that are still learning the craft. We got one that's a junior driver that's just tagged the back tonight, and she's learning her craft after starting in Mini Cup cars.
Yeah, she was very good in the Mini Cup cars. She will be one of the top junior late model drivers, I'll bet you, within 1 year. We see this often. Again, when they get into late models, the first thing, the most difficult thing is to learn how to shift with a clutch. Where do kids learn how to do that? The second most difficult thing is getting on and off the track without knocking the fenders off on the K-rail going through the track. So
the other trick, too, is
good.
once you spin like that for Rebecca, be very, very careful that you don't get down on the inside and tear up an oil pan on those rumble strips down there. So Rebecca gets it fired up, and she'll join the back of the pack. That was a good restart last time for Kyle Keller. Had the upper hand, and Jason Aguirre has got back by Aaron Mullins.
And
so that battle continues between Aguirre and Mullins.
2 to go. Frank says it'll be one time next time by. Lap 21 going to 40. And again, a lot of shadows down in 3 and 4 are very, very conducive to helping the high side of the racetrack. But there's a lot of sunshine right there, as you can see behind Frank. Let's jump down here to 3 and 4. A lot of shadows down here.
Yep.
So I think Kyle Keller, liking the bottom, would probably say, let's just get this thing to roll with no other yellow flags. Let's keep some sunshine on the racetrack down in 1 and 2, because I don't want to deal with Erickson and those big dive bombs on the outside when the shadows are all the way across the racetrack and it cools it off and helps those tires. 1 to go. We're going green flag racing next time by.
19 laps remaining in this 5150 Nut Up Mission Foods late model main event tonight, brought to you by those sponsors. Remember, keep supporting our sponsors. Here we go. Matt Erickson to the outside that time. Let's see how it works out. Big run off of the hill. Yes, for Matt Erickson, got a good drive out of turn 2. Seems when the tires cool down, Matt is really, really good, but after about 5 laps, Kyle Keller comes back at him.
Yeah, but what you don't want is there goes Erickson, I believe, was black flag for jumping the start. I believe that's what happened right there. I think that's what I saw from Frank. So he gave that position back. I don't know if he'll come in or he's at the rear of the field. That's the penalty right now. There he is right there. Comes in, he'll serve the penalty, and back out he goes. And to Kyle Keller. So again, the rule is the leader has to be the leader at the start-finish line, even if it's by 1 inch. Matt Erickson crawled up on him just a bit too close. But Matt was trying to take a shot. Let's see.
Matt's car is super loose over here.
Yep.
Not sure if he hasn't broken something when he pulled off. But Matt's going to pull this car off.
Okay, we've got a really good battle going on for second right now. Cameraman Zach will probably slide back to second place if he can. Jason Aguirre's winding up and closing down on the 21 car of Mullins. Aguirre's been really tough in these club race events, and it looks like tonight his game is off just a little bit, as you noted earlier, Andy.
Yep. Aaron Mullins, look at the slide. The track might be a little slippery down there because Mullins was really sliding up on that high line.
Well, let me make a point, though. Mullins runs the heavier combination, really big engine, straight rail. He's up over a 3,000-pound car. Jason Aguirre is a 2,900-pound car. There's a big weight difference right there, and that Hoosier 970 tire, it gets tired of all that weight on those heavier cars.
Oh, Brandon Bird and Shapiro been getting into it. Yellow's out. This has been going on for a couple of laps. They've been using the bumpers on each other here.
Did they?
Yep, and that time Bird spun all on his own, though, that time.
Well, we had a comment earlier. Someone online was asking if any of these guys ran dirt. It was somebody from overseas. And the 2 drivers that were just tangling, they both ran dirt, Shapiro and Brandon.
Yep.
Brandon ran sprint cars, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, ran sprint cars, and then Shapiro's run modifieds and all kinds of stuff on
Sport
dirt.
Modifieds,
Matt Erickson's out of his race car, so you might be right where it may have just broke on him.
So you'll see down here, Shapiro's going to get in front of Bird here.
Let's see if we can get the camera on the 44 car real quick.
Brandon has to start behind the 82 here. I'm wondering with Matt Erickson if he didn't break something in the rear of this car. They've had a couple of incidents lately where they've been breaking parts on that car because that was not good for Matt's car.
Well, and I think the other thing is a driver like Matt uses the club race nights as a night where there's data. You know, you're collecting data and you're gaining things in your car. And Matt won that last race by gains that he made here on nights like tonight. So they're going to protect that car with everything they've got if there is a part that failed or something happened. Looks like the 2 to go is out. We're going to reload right now, and let's see right now. Aaron Mullins, what we called the underdog. Yep. Could Aaron pull this off? He is tough on the top. Let's think about this. Big, gnarly built engine. I mean, that's a fire-breathing engine. 28, you've only got 12 laps to go. That engine on that 21 car is going to outpull the 12 a mile, so he's got to get the right start. Don't beat him to the line, but be right beside him and then try and whip him down the back straightaway and then make a race out of this thing. This could get really interesting, Andy.
Yes, it could get very interesting. You're very, very right, Kenny Shepard. Of course, Kenny, a former Southwest Tour racer here in California, and raced with guys like the Bushes, like Kurt Busch,
and the all-time hero, ours, Ron Hornaday. That was the closest one. So
Dave
right now down the back straightaway, Aaron's got to time this thing just right. We've got shadows all over. The racetrack lights are out. This could be really good if Aaron just sits on him. He's going to have all that horsepower. Oh, little bounce.
Keller trying to hook him up. Racing Jason Aguirre.
And he goes, and Aguirre dive bombs, but you still got Mullins to the win. Mullins on the inside.
Mullins drew through the inside. Keller now back to fourth. Wow. They were slipping and sliding all over the racetrack.
When it
Keller may have
started,
broken something now.
It looked like it started with Mullins getting a little bit loose and putting that left side into the door of the Keller car, and Aguirre thought it was time to dive bomb and make a run, was pretty aggressive. Then he goes in, drives the back bumper. Aguirre being very aggressive right now.
Yep, well, they were trading bumper bars and painting a little earlier, Kenny, Aaron Mullins and racing Jason Aguirre. So this is far from done.
But watch Mullins on the high side with all that horsepower. Even though he's loose, he can wear Aguirre down. Aguirre's car is off just a little bit, it looks like. And all that horsepower in that 21 cut, but you can't use it. He's spinning the tires. This could be bad news for Mullins. You've got 8 laps to go, and you better have enough right rear tire. Now, Aguirre needs to just be patient. Patient right now. He can run him down and beat him up. Mullins goes around on his own there.
Spins banging the wall and has torn that car up pretty good. The left front is out of that car. This will probably need a wrecker truck, and Rebecca Doobie is around as well. So, wow. Mullins has torn it up down there. Got up on the high line, got in where that sweep is up there.
Yep, we had a really good race going on right there, so it's a shame it kind of got tore up right there. And I think both of the drivers, Aguirre, long run, was going to be in good shape if he was just patient right there. And then Aaron, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe something broke prior to entering the corner, but he was definitely by himself. And
Aaron said just drive this off into the grass. A lot of damage to Aaron Mullins' car on the left front. That's pushed the whole thing over. Hopefully that's not a clip on that car. So Matt Erickson's having a discussion with the officials over the start of that and pointing to Kyle Keller what's going on. And Matt just trying to explain what's going on over there to the official. So the 45 are racing Jason Aguirre. Now, the big question is, what does Aguirre do here? I think Aguirre may put Keller to the high line because Jason's been hunting down low and making those moves down low.
Well, think about this, too, Outback Andy. You've got 8 laps to go. Aguirre got real aggressive down there in turn 1. He's the one that got into Keller and kind of turned that stuff around or got it started down there, thinking there was a little more opening, I believe, than there was.
Things a little hot on Aaron Mullins' car. They had a little fire going on.
Back to the front, Keller is probably the best car long run. You do have 8 laps, and he's a very, very good race car. So if Aguirre does put him to the bottom, you're probably giving Keller what he really wants by being down on the bottom of the racetrack. But if Aguirre goes to the bottom himself and puts Keller to the top, Aguirre's car looks really tight in the middle. It's not rotating really well. It's kind of a little boxy line that he's got going on. So you might just give Keller the top. Also, what you've got to think about right here, the sun's going down. This track always turns into a high groove track. There's been enough traffic and enough rubber at the top side. Keller's a brave young man. He's not bashful. He will run really hard for a lap or two on the top, and you could hand him the victory by going to the top right here.
Yeah, we don't often see it get this aggressive on a club race. So Matt Erickson was looking under the back of the 42 car. Looks like Matt's going to try and buckle back in and see if he can get a couple of laps in this 42 car.
Yeah, he might have checked something, or he might just be ready to roll off the track knowing there's just 8 to go right now.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get his helmet back on. Matt was in a real hurry to get back out there.
I didn't see that, so maybe make an adjustment. If the car's not broke, make an adjustment. Go out and use it. It's perfect. Nighttime, as you say, nighttime's the right time. Nighttime's also the time we run the MAV TV shows. So what you could have right here is a really good situation to go out and adjust, make an adjustment or two, try something that maybe pays the dividends to win the 26th
So now
race.
This is interesting. They put Keller back a spot. They put Schlunt back up there. And that's the way I would see it. Aaron Mullins was the leader from Jason Aguirre and Dennis Slunt, then Kyle Keller. So that is, in fact, the correct order that they should be on the racetrack.
I didn't see where they were. I was so intense watching. You've got the timing and scoring system over on your side, but I didn't see where they were at that time.
Yeah, just
I was
going
watching
off
the
race
front.
monitor.
Yep. What do you have for comments over there? I lost my monitor over here.
Okay.
Still rolling
there. Someone was saying, come on 45, and then someone said, turn him into the 12. Just basic discussion on what was going on. And Vemo Squad, thanks to Short Track Live for all the sponsors of the free live stream. Yeah, please support our sponsors. Ashley Selvey, not sure what happened there, Ashley, with Matt Scar, but Matt's back out circulating around.
Yep, these free live streams are brought to you by 5150 and Nut Up, which are the sponsors of the 5150 Junior Late Model Series and the Nut Up Pro Late Model Series. Mission Foods, major sponsor. I got to spend a lot of time with them in the McLaren camp back at the Indy 500. Mission Foods, a major supporter of our racetrack and short track racing, and we're actually working on an announcement for later in the year. We're trying to provide an opportunity for a young driver that would never otherwise have that opportunity in the Junior Late Model Series. So watch for announcements coming up that way. Picture a free ride, someone that would never be able to afford one, and we're working with Mission to support that. So they've got Rebecca turned around down here at the other end. Let's jump down here. They've got Rebecca rolling. Looks like she's moving the car to the infield. May have a little issue. That's not... Yeah, again, like you were talking about, that's not a good way to drive across the rumble strips for sure.
No.
Yeah, you want to...
Nope. For Ashley Selvey, no, Ashley, it is a club night. We don't have any cameras, unfortunately. Wish we did.
In-car cameras or what?
If it had been a red, I would have probably raced down and talked to Matt. But, no, Ashley's... Matt's sister was just asking, was there any cameras on the infield to interview Matt?
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
race, MAV TV nights we certainly do.
Yep, MAV TV nights we do, Ashley, but not on club nights. We just have basic cameras tonight. We got a couple of speed shot cameras and Zach on a camera tonight. So we normally have Zach roaming down there, and he'd be able to go over and get an interview with Matt.
Yep, and just last weekend we shot the West Coast Stock Car Motorsports Hall of Fame with Zach and all the guys, and that will air on MAV TV coming up, so we put a lot of different content on MAV TV. Looks like Frank's got the 2 to go. He's about ready to cross them up. Frank says, man, we are cutting into my 8:05 time. Frank's got a camping trip scheduled, so he's ready to hit an early one here.
Yep.
All right, there's Frank right there. He's shaking the 2 to go. He's got his bird behind him there, his little buddy that hangs out with him in the starter stand. So what do you think here, race fans? Is it a lock? This thing's completely over. Jason Aguirre wins it? How about Slunt surprising everybody? Keller's on the bottom, so now I would anticipate there's no way Aguirre takes the top. He's taking the bottom to make sure he's in front of Keller right behind him, although he might take the top and make a good run right here.
Yep.
I would guess he takes the bottom right here, though. He tends to like the bottom.
Well, he's got Dennis Slunt. He knows Dennis is probably nothing against Dennis, but knows probably Dennis a little slower than himself. So he may want to put Dennis to the inside, because that would put Dennis to the inside and put Keller there
behind him. Yeah, there you go.
This is a smart move.
Yep.
This is a smart move by Racing Jason Aguirre. You put the car that you know that Dennis Slunt is probably a little slower than you. And I hope Dennis gets up on the wheel here, because this could really make things interesting.
Yeah, get Dennis to get a good jump right here. And
remember, Ray Sands, the 45 car is the leader, not the car on the inside. And that's exactly what happened. Racing Jason Aguirre got away from the 82, traps the 12 car down low, and went three cars wide down the back. Brandon Bird on the outside. This is the best race we've seen from Brandon Bird. Brandon Bird fixing to get second here. Well to well with Dennis Slunt. They trapped that 12 car out of a podium. Wow. The action at Madera Speedway. It's hot and heavy on a Saturday night in June, Kenny Shepard.
Let's stay right here. Best race on the track. We'll keep our cameras on that second place battle. We're lap 34 right now, going to 40. Intense Outback Andy. Kyle Keller really smart the way he backed off
Matt
turn 2. Matt's around, but he keeps going.
Spun in turn 2.
And see if he can get it rolling.
Yeah, I think Matt stole the car.
Nope, out. So Matt went back out, made an adjustment, and then spun the race car out, brings the yellow out, and guess what? Now Outback Andy.
Yep.
The 12 car is up to the 45. There was a little rubbing, maybe a little more rubbing than racing on that start. You've got 5 to go. This could get really interesting. Could Keller actually go back and win this thing?
It's possible. It's really possible.
So if you're Jason and Gary race fans, do you take the top side and put Keller on the bottom? Keller's fast on the bottom. If you're a Gary, has a choice, top or bottom. Do you take the bottom and put Keller on the top?
But how about that battle, too, between Dennis Slant and Brandon Bird? That was a really good battle, too.
Well, it still is a good battle for your podium position. Dennis Slant and Trevor, they've been out here working really, really hard the last couple of weeks on their late models.
Those guys are going to be fighting, and don't count Shapiro out, too, because if they get mixing up, Mike Shapiro is going to be right there in that 44 car. They're going over to talk to Matt to see what's wrong here. Looks like Matt's going to need a push start on the 42, or they're going to push him off. So
we'll jump over there and let everybody see.
Something broke on the 42 car. I don't know if we had that on camera. I don't think we did. I know Ashley's going to wonder what went on. Matt had some issues and spun it all by himself, Ashley, off a turn 2. Kept it off the wall, luckily. Lesser driver than Matt may have been in the wall, but
2 to go,
Matt's
Andy.
got it going, and he's going to join the back of the pack. And racing Jason Aguirre is going to pick the inside and put the 12 car to the outside.
That could be interesting, especially if Aguirre's car is tight in the center. Now, you don't see Keller's not been up there yet, but again, he's one of those youngsters. He's not bashful about running up there. So could you show the 45 something he's not seen? Sun went down. That might be a mistake by Aguirre. So it'll be really interesting, especially if Keller gets a good run down into turn 2.
I think what Jason's got planned here is to just drive down deep into 1 and turn as late as he can and keep that 12 car way up there. So let's see how this plays out. Oops, and the 12 car has just been put to a couple of spots back here, Kenny. So that's pretty interesting.
Well, if they reverted back too, though, remember they were 3 wide, and when they reverted back, it may have been a scoring, where Slant was actually still in that spot because they were all about 3 wide there. And if you go back that lap where Matt was on, they weren't back to start finish line, so they did go back a lot.
Jason's being really smart here because he's making sure that he puts Keller with a slower car that he considers a slower car away from him, so Jason Aguirre can get away here. So if we get to victory lane and then Jason wins this thing, I'll be very interested to talk to him about that exact issue of what he did there, because that's very smart. He's trapped Keller. Last time he trapped him the other way. Now he's trapping him on the outside. So here we go.
Nice and smooth. It's just a matter of where Keller gets through. Slant is way loose. Keller comes through. Whoa!
Oh, Keller saw that coming. Wall.
Slant was really loose, but Keller avoided major damage, it looked like there.
Yep. So yellows are out. While now the 82 and the 12 are going to go to the back. This is going to bring Brandon Bird up to the front row. Now, the big question is where was Keller going to be scored? Because this really matters here, Kenny.
He was involved. I mean, we're not.
Yep.
We're not tied into the scoring next door. All control towers next door. You've got a race monitor. I don't even have that. I'm just on the headset, but I can tell you by the consistency of what they have to do. Keller was involved in the accident. Even
He'll
though
have
he
to go back. So
it'll be he and Slant in the rear, and it'll be whatever the front 2 cars that were scored there. Slant.
Well, it's which way they deem this, Keller or Slant. Then that really matters to this, where that position, where actually racing Jason Aguirre puts that car. So Keller now.
Well, it looks like
come up
the 42 is
fifth.
electing to go to the rear is what we're hearing on the radio chatter. So
matters. But it didn't quite work for Kyle Keller because he didn't get to that 4th spot. That was going to be the trick. Mm-hmm. And racing Jason Aguirre looking in the mirror, knowing now that 12 car is trapped on row 3. Although they're pulling that 12 car up. See,
well, and the reason is the 82 car was the one that caused the caution. The 12 was involved in the caution, so he'll be scored one position.
Now Aguirre has to go to the inside here. He has to go to the inside because he has to trap that 56 car. He has to trap that 12 car behind the 56.
Still 6 laps to go, 2 to go right here at the line. Another beautiful California night.
See, there you go. That puts that 12 car with a car behind him. So Aguirre, if he can beat that car that he thinks he can of Brandon Bird, this has been really impressive from Brandon Bird in this race so far. He's hung tough in here.
Frank should have the 1 to go, it looks like, this time by. He's got that flag in his hand. Yep, 1 to go with 6 to go. Let's try this again.
Yep. Kyle Keller got to get by 1 car to get back to a podium. Of course, he's, I believe, leading this local series points. Kyle Keller, so he's way up there in the points.
They're very close right now. Jason Aguirre, the difference right here. It could be a tied situation. Keller does not go right there. Something happened to Keller's car. Same thing with Bird. Keller's way back, so I'm not sure if something happened to the car.
Oh,
Shapiro turns the 56
spins
around.
Yeah, Shapiro turns the 56, and the yellows will come out here. Yep, yellows come out.
See, Frank, he's like, man.
Now Keller gets his shot here because here's what Aguirre has to do. Aguirre now has to pick the outside because he'll put the 82 to the inside. That will bring the 12 to the inside. So Aguirre has to pick the outside this time if he's smart. That's the way he's been playing it. Yep, Aguirre picks it, see?
Well, he hadn't picked anything yet. I think it's just Kyle and the 82 of Slant are having a conversation over who they each think they're in second place, and it'll come down to, again, where they revert back. They didn't complete that lap, so I'm
Well, it says really here the race lead was Jason Aguirre, Trevor Slunt, Brandon Bird, Kyle Keller. Now, Brandon Bird didn't make it back, so that should put Slunt in second, the way it is on here.
Again, that lap, though, never happened. Look at the scoreboard. You're still in 34. So to be where they go back to what the start was, I believe, pending who was involved. And
this is at lap 34, Kenny, what I have on my screen.
We've been on lap 34 how many times?
Yep.
3 restarts. So they shuffle the cars out.
We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah.
See how this plays out.
Yep, I would say goes back to the start prior to that, and they pull the cars out that caused the caution, and we try it for the 3rd time on lap 34. All right, let's see if we can get Zach to zoom in a little bit on that front pack for us. Let's get a look at the...
But if I was racing Jason Aguirre, I right now would take the outside on this restart. That traps Keller behind the 82.
Well, and especially the 82 spun the tires.
There it goes.
Again, the 82 spun the tires on that last start, on that restart, and things got a little bit wild. So now here's the disadvantage, is you're going to have, you've got 6 laps, and if Keller can quickly clear the 82 and follow the 42, this might not be a bad move here. No, I don't know what he's doing there.
What's going on with Keller?
Yeah. It's probably not real smart. Go up to the lead when you're not the leader.
Okay, so
they were shuffling. Looks like the officials were possibly moving him. They're having a conversation. I'm not sure what they're doing here. So they put Keller up there. Okay, so they put Keller up there. So, okay. Because even though we stuck on 34, probably what happened, the 82 car caused that caution on lap 34. So he was involved and went back. Keller was ahead of him, so you revert back. And so that's why the scoring is where it is right now.
Yep.
So they were correcting that, though, even though, again, like I was trying to tell you, we were stuck 3 times on on lap 34. So Keller's on the top. Let's see what the young man does driving down here in turn 1 right now. Down the start-finish line we come. See if his car's broke at all. He's not able to make that big run on the top. He's looking for the bottom run right here. Gary gets off the corner. We're going to come to lap 35. Looks like we might actually make a lap out back, Andy.
Yeah, we're going to get to the line here, and we are going to make a lap, although Shapiro's muscling the back of the 56 of Brandon Bird.
Yeah,
so
he missed
Aguirre
him
up
right
on the
there.
high line. Big
Yep.
run out of turn 2. Great turn 2 for Jason Aguirre. Here comes Kyle Keller back at it. Schlunt's got a good run going tonight. Dennis Schlunt and Brandon Bird, who will fill that final 3rd spot on the podium. That will be the big question. 4 laps remaining. 3.5 now.
Yep, Shapiro right and back off camera. They were trying to get together, him, Bird, but you've got Gary coming down the start-finish line right now. 3 laps to go, as you said.
Yeah, racing Jason Aguirre.
Down into turn 3 right now. Jason Gary coming to lap 38. 2 laps to go this time by Kyle Keller running in 2nd, and Dennis Slunt in 3rd, trying to get that podium spot.
The final podium spot for Dennis Slunt. This will be pretty big. He has Bird and Shapiro. Shapiro now putting in a big last turn down in 4 as to the line. White flag. Racing Jason Aguirre. 1 more lap. Kyle Keller, Slunt, Bird, Shapiro, and Erickson. Erickson just roaming around at the back as they come down into Mission turn number 4. He will straighten up, and Atwater's racing Jason Aguirre. Hand out the window, goes to victory lane. They'll be drinking Corbin Cash and Atwater, California tonight. Las Vegas, Nevada's Kyle Keller. 2nd, Dennis Slunt, Brandon Bird, Mike Shapiro, Matt Erickson, Aaron Mullins, Rebecca Doobie. That is the finish for late model main event. I'll go down and talk to a very, very happy racing Jason Aguirre.
All right, race fans, while Outback Andy heads down to victory lane right now, we're going to take a very, very quick commercial break. I'd be interested to hear from the drivers, especially what the track did tonight, because so much of what happens here as we tune up from the spring and we go into the summer months, the track changes a lot, and we've not raced for the last 2 weeks. So even what Matt Erickson was doing out there in the 42 car, probably really smart to go back out, make an adjustment, try and make some gains that will really pay off on the next race on the 26th. So all the race fans that came out tonight, thank you so much. It's so great to see you guys back again next week. We've got sprint cars, legends, late models again, some new late models drivers starting next week, and then the TV race in 2 weeks, 5150 Junior Late Models and the Nut Up Pro Late Model Series. So we hope to see you back very soon. While Andy's working his way down there, we're going to play a quick commercial for all of our folks out on ShortTrack TV. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Is that your stomach growling? Or the sound of thousands of horsepower circling the track? Fuel up for race day with Mission Foods. Supercharge your taste buds with fast and easy-to-create recipes that are winner circle delicious. Try some of our mouth-watering tacos to piled high nachos, fresh chips with guac, and more. Start those engines, because Mission has you covered from the green flag to the checkered flag. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
.5150 is power. The power to overcome. The power to persevere. The power to set your life on a course for success. When you're faced with the challenges life throws at you, you focus and do what is needed to go beyond what is required. So stand up, stand firm, believe, make it happen, and live through the madness, knocking doors down along the way. We are 5150.
All right, we're back. Outback Andy's down in Victory Lane. Looks like Andy's ready to go. We're going to go down trackside right now to Outback Andy.
Well, how about a race dance for racing Jason Aguirre tonight? Here's out of the car. Whoa. Water for irrigation. There's a lot of water flowing down here tonight. Well, we see you in the week. Post those Facebook posts. Man, jobs. Well, it took a man to get it done tonight, I guess. Cole Keller, yourself, Matt Erickson, Aaron Mullins. That was some hard racing. You think you guys are racing for 10,000 to win tonight. And, man, oh, man, back in Victory Lane with this water for irrigation car racing Jason Aguirre.
Yeah, that was a tough race. First of all, I want to apologize to Kyle for running into him. We were all bottled up over there in one, ran into him. Me and Mullins got together a couple of times. I noticed Matt and the 12 were bumping, and the four of us just couldn't seem to get off each other. But that's not the way I want to come out here and get a little win like this. But apologize to Kyle Keller and his entire family. But, we come out here and we work real hard on our stuff, too. And I got to thank Waterford Irrigation, Ron and John Knightham, David Sousa family, Corby Cash Sweet Potato Spirits, and, my fiancée, Michelle, and the McDonald family, the Yanis family, Never Run Productions, Ray Ray's Pizza, Candace Randolph, MTFX Graphics, Mark Tranowski. We just got a ton of help on this car. And come out here on a hot night like this, it's nice to go home with a little trophy.
Yeah, I guess crew will be drinking some of that Corbin Cash tonight down there at Atwater.
Yeah, we might be sipping on that tonight, too.
Well, barbecue down there, Jason Aguirre tonight. How about one more time for Jason Aguirre tonight? Hard fought late model main event. We'll move down here to second place. This guy's got a little body damage tonight. Nothing that the crew won't be able to fix, and CSM Graphics will be fixing this thing up. How about it for Kyle Keller tonight, second place? Man, oh man, it's been a good points year for you so far this year. Jason apologized for getting India down there. It seemed like tonight a lot of contact in the late models tonight.
Yeah, it was a little more rough than, Kenny wants, but, I guess that's short track racing, and I'm just going to walk out with a positive attitude and just want to thank all my sponsors and crew, All-Star Towing, CSM Graphics, Steve Bohannon, Nut Up, Cornwell Tools, Wix Filters, Competition Carburetors, and just everybody that helps me, Derek Thorne, my dad, Brian, Eve, just everybody that helps me.
Yeah, it's good to have someone like Derek Thorne with the experience, and Derek's able to get you calm down the race car at the brakes and make sure you're focused what's going on. He's seen this many times play out before.
Yeah, it was the fender got stuck in the left front, so it just wouldn't really turn the last couple laps. So I just, brought it back second.
We'll see you back for the next one, Kyle Keller.
Thank you.
How about it for young Kyle Keller, second tonight? Move down here to the 82. One of the veteran drivers. Come on in here, Dennis. Dennis Slunt tonight, third. How about a race hands for Dennis Slunt tonight, third? Well.
Track champion. I'm so excited.
Hey, pretty good run from you tonight. Car's a little damaged, but man, oh man, we were just saying to everybody else, a lot of contact tonight in the late models, but it was a good race all around.
It was fun. Number 12 was very fast. There were a lot of good cars up there. You know what? I just worked myself through the crashes, and I finished third. So that's how third one across the tractor flag is good for me, how I got there.
Yeah, good points tonight for you tonight.
Yes, thank you.
How about tonight? Dennis Lunt third, Kyle in second, and manning up tonight, Jason Aguirre getting the win. Back to Kenny Shepard in the booth to wrap it up.
All right, thank you, Outback Andy, and thank you to our top three drivers. Congratulations. I'd have to agree with Kyle Keller, his assessment. That's a little bit more contact, quite a bit more than we enjoy in our club races. You want to go hammer down like that, the TV nights are for that. But classy young men, Kyle Keller, the way he summed it up right there. Congratulations, Jason Aguirre. I know Jason wants a victory badly in the TV show, so we'll see how he progresses forward there. But again, thank you to all the fans that came out. It's really about the fans, and grassroots short track racing is all about the fans. Those of you out on ShortTrack TV, make sure you visit a track very close to you. Anywhere, wherever you're at, overseas, over here, find a little racetrack and go enjoy some real good hammer down racing. Let's see right here. So for Outback Andy and Zach, our big helper Zach, hammer down, do everything. Flagman, MC, commentator. You know, Zach, like we taught Zach tonight, when a car's loose, that's the way you can tell is when that back end hits the wall first. That car's tight, front end's going to hit the wall first. So Zach's a great help. We shot the West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame last week, and we all went hammer down there. It's great to be back to the Madera Speedway after being at Indy, then Sonoma. 2 big weeks coming up, actually 3 big weeks in a row coming up, so make sure you stay tuned in on ShortTrack TV. And those of you that are out here at the track, come on out and have some fun. In fact, right now you can head down to the pits and enjoy some of the race car drivers. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thank you very much. We'll catch you next week right here on ShortTrack TV and at the Madera Speedway.